listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will...
Welcome to Bowie Baysox Baseball. It's time now for the DCA Imaging Systems pregame show.
It's the DCA Imaging Systems pregame show from Canal Park. We're getting set for Game 3 in this 7-game series between the Akron Rubber Ducks and your Bowie Baysox. So glad you're with us. Matt Zabatas with you from Akron, Ohio. And just unfortunate to say that it happened again last night. Bowie suffering their 10th walk-off loss of the season, the third time this year that the Baysox have been walked off in consecutive games. And it was Micah Prees doing the damage for the second consecutive night as well. Prees delivered the game-winning RBI single in the bottom of the 9th inning on Tuesday, and the game-winning 2 RBI single in the bottom of the 9th last night. But Bowie can't place all of the blame on just the way that the game ended. As they fell 3-2 last night, their offense was relatively quiet, and a lot of it was due to the way that the bullpen pitched against them. Bowie has been having a tough time against a couple of relief staffs in particular this year. You could name Somerset and Akron in particular, and those are two teams that Bowie does have a lot of games left against here in the remainder of the 2022 regular season. So they will need to be careful, because after Cody Roberts' 2 RBI single last night, Bowie went down 19 in a row. 19 consecutive batters being put out by Gavin Williams, the starter, who finished just 3 innings, then Eli Lingos, Kyle Marmon, and Carlos Vargas to end the day for Akron. That's all it was. If Bowie was able to make the most of the situations they had, maybe even get something ahead of that 19 straight run, they would have been fine, because remember, Bowie loaded the bases with no one out in the top of the first inning and did not score anyone. They had a runner in scoring position in the second, and they loaded the bases in the third. At least they got 2 runs out of that bases loaded situation in the third, but there was still plenty of runs left on the table. Bowie left 6 overall on base at the end of the night. As we look to today's game, the Baysox will look to pick up their first win in this series and break the skid of consecutive walk-off losses. We get you set up with the numbers. Bowie comes in for game number 104 on the year, a 51-52 record, a 2-game losing streak, but they are still 8-2 over their last 10. 23-20, or 23-30 rather, when playing on the road. Akron comes in for game number 103 on the season, a 57-45 mark. They're on a 5-game winning streak, as the Ducks are 8-2 over their last 10, 31-22 when playing at home. In the second half, Bowie is 24-10. That's first overall in the Southwest Division. That's still the best record in the Eastern League for now, but it's only 1 game ahead of the second-place Erie Seawolves, who are 23-11, just behind Bowie. And Akron is 17-16 in the second half. They are 6.5 games behind the Baysox in the Southwest Division, third overall in the 6-team division. And there are still 11 more games between these two teams here in the second half. So Bowie and Akron still have plenty of time to spend with each other. Bowie needs to make sure that they pick up some wins to stay at an arm's reach from the Ducks. Starting pitching matchup today sees Thomas Ponticelli go for Akron against Brennan Hanafi for Bowie. This should be a couple of perhaps short outings. We don't necessarily expect to see 6-inning performances from both sides, as Thomas Ponticelli is only making his second start with the Ducks this season and just third overall after spending most of the year in a relief role. He spent most of his career as a bullpen arm, but he did have a good portion of 2021 in the Akron rotation. But he's only made 2 spot starts this season, Ponticelli, one for the Ducks and one for AAA Columbus. After spending the first 2 months of the season with AAA, he returned to Akron and only allowed 1 earned run in his first 7 appearances in relief, but he's making his second consecutive start now with the Ducks, in which he tossed 4 innings of 1-run ball with 5 strikeouts in his previous start against Altoona last week. He did make 2 appearances in that Altoona series, had a scoreless inning and a save earlier in that 6-game set. As Brennan Hanafi will go for Bowie, he turned in 3 2/3 innings in his last start, and it was his longest outing since 2019 around the Tommy John surgery. Hanafi did fire 62 pitches, which was also a season's high, and faced 17 batters, which was a season's high. But he allowed a 2-run home run to the 4th batter he faced in the game, worked scoreless from there into the 4th, but then walked consecutive batters with 2 outs before needing to be replaced. So it's just going to be on him to attack the zone. Bowie pitching has been doing that great over the course of these first 2 games. As long as Hanafi can attack the zone and keep it low enough, then hopefully he should be in for a good day, get some weak contact. Bowie has their good infield going today with Prieto at third, Ortiz at short, and Norby at second, as well as Welk at first. So we'll see what Hanafi can go with. Again, the question of today is just going to be distance for both starting pitchers. Ponticelli did toss the 4 innings last time, but he hasn't gone too long this season, and Akron did need 6 innings out of their relievers last night. Speaking of last night, Garrett Stallings put together a gem, the first quality start of the season for a Baysox pitcher. Stallings tossed 6 innings, allowed just 1 run on 3 hits with no walks and 5 strikeouts. He was about to pick up the win before the blown save in the bottom of the 9th inning served him just a no decision. So we're going to replay a great conversation we had with Stallings back from July following an appearance against Akron, in which he pitched very, very well. We get some of his thoughts on the way the season has gone and some of the transitions for him to and from the bullpen. So Stallings is our guest next. We're back after this. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
From sprains to stitches, sore throats to stomach aches, and pulled muscles to poison ivy, care is around the corner at Patient First. Walk in to see a doctor from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day of the year. X-rays, lab tests, and prescription drugs are on site, and most major insurance plans are accepted. For routine illnesses and injuries, Patient First is here for you. Patient First, the name fits.
Patient First, proud partner of the Bowie Baysox, open 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day.
The Baysox are calling all deadheads to make their way out to Prince George's Stadium on Friday, August 26th for Grateful Dead Night. With special themes and music all night throughout the game, it'll culminate in a Grateful Dead-themed fireworks show to cap the evening. Fans who purchase a special package ticket will receive a limited edition Baysox Grateful Dead t-shirt collaboration and a ticket to the game, so be sure to get there. Friday, August 26th, it's Grateful Dead Night at the ballpark. Find out more at baysox.com.
Everyone deserves a great smile, and Rad Orthodontics is here to help you, Bowie Baysox fans. Rad Orthodontics accepts most insurance, and whether it's braces or Invisalign aligners, anyone can get the smile they've always wanted with our flexible payment options. With 2 of the country's leading orthodontists right here in the DC area, we love to see Baysox fans smile with confidence. So get that amazing smile you deserve. Visit radsmile.com today and book your free consult. That's radsmile.com for Rad Orthodontics, official smile provider of the Bowie Baysox.
We're checking back in on the DCA Imaging Systems pregame show, joined now by Garrett Stallings as we get ready for Bowie and Akron, Game 5 of this 6-game tilt. Stallings came in, picked up the win in yesterday's 2-1 Bowie win, 6 scoreless innings. First and foremost, what pitch do you think was working best for you last night as you tore through those batters?
I'd say my changeup and curveball played really well. You know, they had more of a heavy lefty lineup, so I could play those to my strengths a little bit better than my other ones.
Are those the 2 pitches you think that might play best off of each other, or do you have a certain pairing that you think works best in tandem?
I think my fastball and curveball play pretty well together, but I think just my changeup overall is probably my better pitch to both sides of the plate. Just generating action and probably swing and miss as well. So having that on was a big key for me in yesterday's outing.
Shifting into the bullpen role recently, what have been some of the perhaps challenges or benefits that you found from taking on the change?
Yeah, it's just a kind of, for me, just a different look for sure. I had a struggle last month, and it's definitely been a better look for me coming out of the bullpen here lately. But I think it's just honestly just a little something different for me. I continue to work hard, but other than that, nothing has really changed too much. So yeah, I think that's it.
Something I've been asking guys a couple of times recently, what's the toughest part about learning a new pitch, adding it to your arsenal, and trying to develop it to make sure that it can get up to speed with the other pitches that you offer?
Yeah, I think, we've got great coaches here, and, we've got, technology that's available to us. So, you always see guys kind of tinkering on things. I think the thing that guys struggle with the most is just having the utmost confidence of maybe bringing it into games, catching up. Say you're adding a slider to your arsenal and you're mainly a curveball guy. You might have 5,000 reps at your curveball, and then you kind of have to just throw a pitch that you've never thrown before in the slider. So it's just kind of having the confidence that it's going to give you good results, because, if you're, a pitcher and the game's on the line and it's a 1-2 count, you're probably going to want to go to your bread and butter versus maybe a newer pitch. So I think it's just having the confidence and believing in it, and trusting it, and continue to do that. Because, even this year I've added a newer slider, and it finally feels normal to me now. But at the beginning, even just grabbing the grip felt a little interesting. So, but now I'm confident in it and want to throw it, and I think that's the biggest issue. The biggest thing for it.
The slider has really been a developing storyline, it seems, between not only you but just about every pitcher on staff, something that Josh Conway has really taken a lot of focus on, and it's definitely been working. How important has his tutelage been in making those strides? Yeah, no,
it's been awesome. You see every day there'll be a bullpen or a bullpen arm getting on the mound and working on something, and Josh is really talented, and when he played, he spun the ball really well, so he's got really good feedback for us. But even just playing catch with some of our teammates, I play catch with Drew Rom pretty weekly, and his stuff spins like crazy. So ultimately, just by me playing catch with him, it makes me want to spin the ball a little bit better. And but yeah, I think the entire organization has done a great job in developing us pitchers, and lately Bowie's been pitching the ball really well. It's just really opened the door for us. So yeah.
The running game has been a highlight lately, and your guys' work, you as a staff on the mound, and of course Maverick and Cody behind the plate, limiting the running game has been a big storyline. Kyle Moore was just singing the praises about it on how the running game was limited in Somerset. And walk us through last night. We're in the 9th inning. You make that one little quick pickoff throw to first, holds the runner on for just a brief moment, and it sets up the perfect opportunity for the double play. Was that kind of just in the thought process when you were going in that direction, or was it just kind of something that happened out in the best possible way?
Yeah, no, it happened to work out well, but I think maybe due to it being scripted so well, the pickoff came from the dugout, and I was trying to pick the guy off. He wasn't running, but then the next pitch was an 0-2 changeup that I was just trying to get low and away, something he couldn't do damage on with him being, the go-ahead run at the plate. And, he happened to just put kind of a half swing on it, and the tailor-made double play there. So, I think it all just came together in the perfect way.
Would you prefer something like that to get the quick double play to end it, or maybe strike out 2 straight batters and strand that runner on? Which one would you like more?
The double play for sure. Yeah. Strikeouts are always sexy, but as soon as you can get off the field and high five your guys, that's the best way to do it.
Yeah. Could you pinpoint anything specifically, or is it just everything falling into place at the right time that has had this pitching staff go on such a great run?
Yeah, I think it's we've always had it. We've not really gotten astray from it. I think we've just lost a lot of close ball games. Somerset, a lot of one-run ball games. In the first half, we lost a lot of one-run ball games. So, but I think every night when you see guys go out there and, throw a shutout or put one run up and just continue to dominate and pound the zone, I think when you hand the ball to the next guy, I think that encourages them to do the same. So I think, the continued success just breeds more success. So I think just continue to put the work in and build off of each other has been really awesome to see and be a part of.
We continue with Garrett Stallings here on the DCA Imaging Systems pregame show. I imagine Drew Rahm, one of his, might be the answer to this question, but what would you say, if you had to put it in quotation marks, is the nastiest pitch on staff?
Well, give me a second to think about this so I get the right answer. But I mean, even just today, there was like 4 guys that threw bullpens. I mean, you've got Shelton Perkins' slider that's, arguably, I think the one pitch that everyone would want to add to their arsenal. And, a Zach Peak curveball that is just, I think the highest spinning pitch in all of baseball if he was in the major leagues right now. And, a Jensen Elliott sing. I mean, I think that every guy has a pitch that I might want to add to my repertoire. But I mean, we've got some really, really nasty guys, and I think it's by no accident. I think the Orioles go out and they get guys that have, exceptional stuff that they continue to do really well as a strength for them, and they help you better that stuff. So it's been really fun to be a part of it.
You followed Brennan Hanafi, who started last night. It was his first start as an active roster member, not rehabbing, as an active roster member since 2019. He underwent the Tommy John surgery and finally back, struck out 6 batters. Just what was the overall vibe from him? Because that had to be such a special moment for him.
Yeah, he's a really, quiet, humble guy, but he coming from Virginia, I remember seeing him get injured at spring training, in 2020, and I know how difficult of a journey that is. So the guys were crazy excited for him to get out there and to do so well, and I think today in the clubhouse, just bringing up the work he's put in, he got a clubhouse ovation, which was really cool to see. And, I don't think, the common fan would understand the work that it takes to go into that, and just how strong of a mental game you have to have. That's his 3rd time on the mound in 2 years. You can't really go out there and think crazy about execution. You're kind of learning the ropes again, and even for a talented player, you just wish them the best to have fun and just continue to go compete, which he'll do no problem.
Well, it all led to quite a great game, and again, great performance last night, Garrett, to help cap it. Congrats.
Thank you. I appreciate you.
That's Garrett Stallings here on the DCA Imaging Systems pregame show. We'll step aside. Be back in a bit. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
Pest Now is proud to partner with the Bowie Baysox and provide their pest control services. For all your residential and commercial pest control needs, call Pest Now. For general pest control, termite control, mosquito control, and all other pest control services, call Pest Now. You can reach us at 301-231-8300 or visit us online at www.pestnow.com.
Hey kids, the Baysox Futures Club is the best way to be a fan of the Baysox, and it's completely free for kids ages 3 through 12. Futures Club members get access to special members-only events, discount ticket offers, and free gifts for just signing up. Parents, head over to Baysox.com to sign up your kids, so don't miss out on all the promotions and giveaways at Prince George's Stadium this season and next. The Baysox Futures Club. Sign up now at Baysox.com.
Are you interested in beginning or expanding on a career in the pipe fitting, pipe welding, or HVAC service industry? Are you interested in a career path that will set you up for life without experiencing any college debt? If you are interested in these things and you live in the D.C. area, the Steamfitters UA Local 602 Apprenticeship Program is the best choice for you. For more information about our apprenticeship program and how to apply, please visit steamfitters-602.org. That's steamfitters-602.org.
Sky Shooter Displays by ZY Pyrotechnics will be lighting up the sky with top-of-the-line fireworks shows following Baysox games all season long. We will give you the best bang for your buck. Sky Shooter Displays include traditional shows, true pyro musicals, custom choreographed plays, and much more. The night sky is truly limitless, so don't be shy. Give ZY a try. Find out more by calling us at 570-328-1361 or visit us online, zypyrotechnics.com.
At DCA Imaging Systems, we provide a tenured team of office technology professionals ready to be your trusted advisors. From document creation, output devices, scanning and workflow, to document security and storage, we understand people print, not printers. Give DCA Imaging a call, 301-577-1021, or find out more about how we can help you. DCAimaging.com. DCA Imaging Systems, office technology made easy.
Fielder's Choice Flex Packs with the Bowie Baysox. The best value to see the best games at Prince George's Stadium. You could save up to 30% on your selected seat from day one and enjoy a number of exclusive member benefits, including flexible exchange options, discounts on suite rentals, special access to the Diamond View restaurant, and a free members collectible at your first home game of the year. Get your pack now by calling 301-464-4865 or heading online to baysox.com.
It's time for Bowie Baysox Baseball. The Baysox are the AA affiliate of the Baltimore Orioles. Coverage of the 2022 Bowie Baysox season is brought to you by Chesapeake Employers Insurance, DCA Imaging Systems, On the Green, Patient First, Royal Farms, Smile Doctors, and ZY Pyrotechnics. And now, live from the ballpark, it's time for Bowie Baysox Baseball.
We're ready to go from Canal Park here in Akron, Ohio. It's Game 3 of this 7-game series between the Akron Rubber Ducks and your Bowie Baysox. So glad you're with us. Matt Sabatis with you from Akron. And as Thomas Ponticelli starts to warm on the mound for the Ducks, the starting lineup for the Baysox that he'll face looks like this. Leading off at second base, you've got Connor Norby, followed by Cesar Prieto at third base, batting second. Joey Ortiz is the shortstop. He's batting third. Hudson Haskin in center field bats fourth. Greg Cullen in left field bats fifth. Maverick Handley, the catcher, bats sixth. Toby Welk at first base bats seventh. Cody Roberts, the designated hitter, bats eighth. And Zach Watson is in right field, batting ninth. The Baysox are the AA affiliate of the Baltimore Orioles. They're managed by Kyle Moore, assisted by Brandon Becker, Josh Conway, Tim DeJohn, Billy Facto, and Chandler Geller. Calvin Christensen is the video coordinator. Lindsey Birchfield and Blake Wooten are the athletic trainers. Bowie is 51-52 on the season, a 2-game losing streak, but 8-2 over their last 10 and 24-10 in the second half. And again, the Bowie lineup features Norby, Prieto, Ortiz, Haskin, Cullen, Handley, Welk, Roberts, and Watson, all to face off against right-hander Thomas Ponticelli on the mound. Canal Park here in Akron, 330 feet down the line to both left and right field, 400 feet to the deepest part of straightaway center. There is a hard angle back to the left side of the center field wall, but it's 400 feet to the deepest part. As Connor Norby digs into the box, right-hander hitting .266 this season with a .900 OPS in 31 games played. 7 doubles, a triple, 8 homers, 15 runs batted in. As shadows push across the left field corner, the rest of the field covered in sun, Ponticelli is set. He kicks and fires the first pitch home. It's a fastball, swung on and missed inside. It starts the count out at 0-1 as we're underway at 6:37 p.m. on a 76-degree blusteringly sunny day here at Canal Park. Some gusts out to left field as the 0-1 is inside, nearly clipped Norby, just missed the elbow, runs the count even at a ball and a strike. Norby did not play in yesterday's game. He had the day off, and in response, Colton Cowser has today off as the 1-1 pitch is checked on down, called for a strike. First base umpire on the appeal rings up Norby on the check swing. Looked to be a bit of a flinch. Maybe they're saying the hands crossed the zone. Didn't seem to be that the barrel did much. It runs the count to a ball and 2 strikes now as Ponticelli sets out of the stretch first base side, fires the next, and Norby swings and gets a piece. Looked like he went right through it, but it hit off of the catcher's ankle and stopped to a halt in between the catcher's legs, so I missed it entirely at first until Brian Lavastida, the catcher, bounced up and just started to hop around a little bit to keep the blood flowing. but Norby got a piece of bat on it. A little bit of lumber, and the count remains at a ball and 2 strikes as the outfield plays him a little bit, about a step and a half the other way for the right-hander. Infield mostly straight up. And the 1-2 pitch from Ponticelli is swung on and missed for strike 3. That time a breaking ball. It was mostly fastballs to open, but Norby strikes out swinging to start the day. Starting defense for Akron from left to right in the outfield, you've got Julian Escobado, Chris Roller, and John Kenzie Noel. Daniel Schneemann is at third base, Jose Tena at short, Brian Rocchio at second, Reynel Delgado at first, and Brian Lavastida catches behind the plate for Thomas Ponticelli on the mound. As Cesar Prieto digs in, a .279 average and .702 OPS. First pitch he squares, but bunts it foul. He brought it up a little bit too late as the changeup came in high. Count starts out at 0-1. I'd say Prieto probably lays down a good bunt about 60% of the time, maybe 2/3 on a fair assumption, and third base will still play him in, but he doesn't square now. The next pitch misses wide, and the count runs even at a ball and a strike. Prieto, a .279 average this season, a .702 OPS in 61 games. 17 doubles, no triples, 3 homers, 28 runs batted in. Next pitch sprayed up the line, foul. High arcing fly, and the count runs to a ball and 2 strikes now. Well, Bowie already off to a slower start today than they were yesterday. Bowie loaded the bases before an out was recorded in the first inning last night, but they still didn't score. That was what hurt them. As Bowie suffered their second consecutive walk-off loss. 1-2 pitch is a slider, misses down and into Prieto. Count goes even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Bowie left 6 runners on base yesterday. They had 2 different bases loaded opportunities. Cody Roberts made the most of the second one, drove in Bowie's only 2 runs with a single. That was in the 3rd inning. 2-2. Prieto fouls it off. Breaking ball was in on the hands, and the ball goes behind the screen as the count remains even. As we're scoreless here in the top of the 1st inning, Bowie has suffered consecutive walk-off losses for already the 3rd time this season. 6-5 on Tuesday, and then 3-2 last night. The 2-2. Prieto pops it up on the infield, right side. First baseman Delgado called off by the second baseman Rocchio, and Rocchio makes the catch. That one was up there, probably matched the height of the light towers before finally falling back down, and there's 2 gone to start the inning. Umpiring crew for today's game, you've got Gabe Alfonso at third base. Louis Krupa is the crew chief. He's at first base. And Tim Detweiler is calling the balls and strikes behind home plate. Here's Joey Ortiz, .269 average, a .771 OPS. First pitch, called a strike. Change up on the bottom edge of the zone, it's 0-1. 95 games for Ortiz this season, 22 doubles, 4 triples, 11 homers, 60 runs batted in. The 0-1 pitch. Late called strike on a slider dotting the lower outside corner, it's 0-2. Ortiz is still hitting .387 here in August, but it has been dipping a little bit thanks to a couple of 1-for-4 games, but he still has a hit in every game he's played this month as the 0-2 misses down and away. Count goes to a ball and 2 strikes. But imagine that, to say that he's been dipping in August while hitting .387. As Joey looks to match the longest hit streak in the Eastern League this season. He's at 17 consecutive right now. The 1-2 is smacked out towards center field. Chris Roller initially stepped back on it, but now jogs in and makes the catch about 4 head high. Bowie goes down in order in the 1st. As we go to the bottom of the frame, Bowie nothing, Akron coming to bat. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
When your commercial plumbing project calls for a job done safely and on time, then your job calls for the plumbers of Local 5 Washington, D.C. Local 5 will always deliver the most skilled and well-trained plumbing craftsmen in the DMV. If you're a contractor who needs safe jobs done well, you need the plumbers of Local 5 Washington, D.C. Start your partnership with them today. Visit local5plumbers.org. That's local5plumbers.org.
At Luminous Health, we want you to feel your best. This summer, take the time to catch up on your annual health screenings. Visit us at our Anne Arundel Medical Center, Doctors Community Medical Center, or one of our primary care offices in your neighborhood. At Luminous Health, you are the MVP. Learn more at luminoushealth.org.
Well, the Baysox go down in order in the top of the first inning, so they'll turn to Brennan Hanafi here in the bottom of the first inning to try and match that feat against the Akron Rubber Ducks. Matt Sabatis with you from Canal Park, and as Hanafi warms on the mound for Bowie, the starting lineup for the Ducks that he'll face looks like this. Leading off at shortstop, you've got Jose Tena, followed by Brian Rocchio at second base, batting second. Brian Lavastida is the catcher, batting third. Mike Capriz, the DH, bats fourth. John Kenzie Noel in right field, bats fifth. Daniel Schneemann at third base, sixth. Chris Roller in center field, bats seventh. Reynel Delgado at first base, eighth. And Julian Escobado in left field, bats ninth. Akron is the AA affiliate of the Cleveland Guardians. They're managed by Ruglis Odor, assisted by Owen Dew, Junior Betances, Mike Mergenthaler, and Juan De La Cruz. Jacob Ligon is the athletic trainer. Akron is 57-45 on the season, 17-16 in the second half, and again their lineup features Tena, Rocchio, Lavastida, Prees, Noel, Schneemann, Roller, Delgado, Escobedo, all to face off against Brennan Hanafi on the mound. As right-hander Hanafi sets, he fires the first pitch to Tena, and it's sprayed foul the other way, 0-1 to start. Left-hander Tena is hitting .264 this season, .694 OPS in 91 games played, 19 doubles, 4 triples, 7 homers, 42 runs batted in. The 0-1 pitch is a fastball, misses up and away, and it runs the count even at a ball and a strike. Again, it has been a gusty day, and that's probably putting it mildly here at Canal Park, as the 1-1 pitch is fouled off again the other way. Count goes to a ball and 2 strikes. We'd had relatively calm weather over the first 2 games of this series. There was a little bit of rain ahead of Tuesday's game, but it was pretty much done by 2 o'clock as the 1-2 pitch is lifted on a soft line to left, but right there, Greg Cullen had to stutter step a little bit before shifting to his right and makes the catch. Rest of the defense for Bowie from left to right in the outfield, you've got Greg Cullen, Hudson Haskin, and Zach Watson. Cesar Prieto is at third base today. Joey Ortiz is at shortstop. Connor Norby at second, Toby Welk at first, and Maverick Hanley catches behind the plate for Brennan Hanafi on the mound. Switch hitter Brian Rocchio into bat, batting lefty. First pitch in, and Rocchio watches fastball miss up and away. It's 1-0. .266 average for Rocchio this year, a .791 OPS in 89 games. 19 doubles and a triple, 12 homers, 43 runs batted in. As the 1-0 pitch comes in, it's called a strike. Changeup hits the middle. It's 1-1. Brennan Hanafi, 6'5", 215-pound, 24-year-old right-hander from Harrisonburg, Virginia. 4th-round draft selection in 2016 from Ashby High School. Fires the 1-1, and it's served on a line to center field. Haskin takes 2 steps in, now 2 steps to his side, and he pulls it down forehead high. 2 up, 2 down, and now here's Brian Lavastida. It's a Copa de la Diversión day here in Akron, so the Rubber Ducks are donned in their alternate identity, Los Perros Calientes de Akron, literally translated the hot dogs. It's a nice mustard yellow uniform with the word font on the front side, and the Baysox are in their alternate identities. Cangreos Fantasmas de Chesapeake. The Ghost Crabs. First pitch to Lavastida is bounced up the middle, a base hit. Skipped past the outstretched bare hand of Hanafi on the mound, but Lavastida collects the 2-out single to extend the frame. After going hitless yesterday, he's got hits now in 5 of his last 6 games for the Ducks. Fortunately, that came on just the first pitch, so it doesn't extend the inning too long for Hanafi. He just has to try again now here against Mike Capriz. The Baysox Cangreos Fantasmas jerseys, all black with a deep ocean blue sleeve on both sides and a ocean blue cap with the Ghost Crab logo. First pitch, Prees watches down and in. Fastball, and the count starts out at 1-0. Mike Capriz has been the damage dealer in this series. The walk-off winner in both games on Tuesday and Wednesday, RBI singles. 1-0. Sprayed to left field, a base hit. Hard liner picked on one hop by Greg Cullen. And back-to-back 2-out singles here for Akron have them in business. As Prees extends his hit streak to 6 consecutive games now, John Kenzie Noel will step up. The 2-out work has been a bit interesting for Brennan Hanafi. He gave up a 2-run home run with 2 outs back in the first inning of his last start against Harrisburg, and then with 2 outs in the 4th inning, he walked consecutive batters and had to be lifted. As John Kenzie Noel digs in, first pitch is a curveball, misses down, 1-0 to start. Jhonkensy Noel, a 202 average, 746 OPS in 31 games. 3 doubles, a triple, 9 homers, 20 runs batted in. He's only 2 for 15 against Bowie, the 1-0. Fouled off, slider back to the screen. Noel too far ahead of it. Count evens at 1. Hanafi on the season with Bowie has gone 0-1. He sports an 8.71 ERA, but that's only 10 1/3 innings. He's allowed 10 runs, all earned. He struck out 15, only walked 5. 1-1, swing and a miss, breaking ball down and away. And the count goes to a ball and 2 strikes. Hanafi turned in his longest outing of the 2022 campaign last week, as he's been extending from the Tommy John. 1-2, misses down and away and bounces off of Hanley. Runners will advance. As it gets back to the screen, wild pitch. Puts them both in scoring position as the count runs even at 2 on Jhonkensy Noel. Now, the first inning has been tough for Hanafi this season. He wasn't able to escape the first inning. In his last home start at the end of July, he allowed 5 runs. The 2-2. Check swing. Again, the slider down and away, trying to get Noel to chase, and it's just not coming through. Count runs full. On full counts so far this season, Hanafi has opponents just 1 for 5. He struck out 3, only walked 2. And if he's only allowed 1 home run, opponents are hitting him at a .293 clip overall this year. The payoff pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 3. High fastball, and Noel is left chasing. Hanafi strands a pair in scoring position after getting 2 quick outs, and we're on to the second. Bowie and Akron are scoreless. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
There's plenty going on at the ballpark on Saturday, August 27th. Bowie will be hosting a special tribute to Negro League Baseball, as well as an exhibit presented by the Josh Gibson Foundation with special artifacts from the Hall of Famer's career, as well as the Baysox huge Touch a Truck event featuring dozens of construction, excavation, emergency vehicles, and trucks for all fans to enjoy and interact with exhibits as well. It begins at 4:30 and is going to run till 6:30 ahead of the 6:35 game. It's all presented by Miss Utility and comes your way on a busy Saturday, August 27th, so get your tickets at baysox.com.
If you own or operate a building or facility, or if you're a general contractor that is located or operates in the D.C. area, there is no doubt that it is important for you to have the best trained and most qualified people working for you. Members of Steamfitters UA Local 602 provide the highest level of HVAC, mechanical, and specialty piping services to the various customers we serve. For more information about the services we provide and for a list of companies you can hire, please visit steamfitters-602.org.
A birthday bash with the Baysox is the best time at the ballpark. Bring your friends and family out to celebrate and be the star of the show. Dance on the dugout with Louie, play games in the stadium, introduce a batter in the game, and you'll even get to have the stadium sing for you. Baysox birthday parties, an unforgettable, one-of-a-kind experience at Prince George's Stadium. Book yours by calling 301-464-4880 or at baysox.com.
On to the second inning here in Akron, a scoreless game so far as Bowie is trying to break out of a small 2-game losing skid. 4, 5, and 6 for the Baysox will set up to bat with Hudson Haskin to lead it off, then Greg Cullen and Maverick Hanley. Thomas Ponticelli is back to work. He fired 15 pitches in a perfect first with a strikeout, a pop-out, and a flyout. As Haskin digs in, right-hander hitting .268 with an .837 OPS this season in 80 games. First pitch is a nice curveball. Finds its way into the zone for a called strike, 0-1. 20 doubles and 3 triples, 11 home runs for Haskin, 39 runs batted in. He and Ortiz are still tied for the team's lead with 11 home runs. As the 0-1 pitch misses high, breaking ball runs the count even at a ball and a strike. Thomas Ponticelli, a 6'1", 205-pound, 25-year-old right-hander from Phoenix, Arizona. 12th round draft selection in the 2018 draft from the University of San Francisco. Fires the 1-1, and it's swung on and missed down and inside. As the count goes to a ball and 2 strikes now. 2-2 record for Ponticelli, a 3.52 ERA in 15 games, but this is only his second start. He started the year with AAA, mostly in relief there as well. Only had one spot start with the Columbus Clippers, as the 1-2 is swung on and missed high for strike 3. Haskin tried to check his swing, but got sawed off maybe a bit on a fastball up and in. And that is the second strikeout for Thomas Ponticelli. He's opened both frames now with a punch-out. So now here's Greg Cullen. 245 average for Cullen, 831 OPS in 34 games. 5 doubles, no triples, 5 homers, 15 runs batted in. Third base plays on the baseline. First pitch. Called a strike. Breaking ball hits the bottom edge. It's 0-1. Ponticelli has only struck out 19 batters in 23 innings this season. He's walked 7 and allowed 4 home runs. Opponents are hitting him at a 247 clip. 0-1. Misses high, a fastball. The count runs even at a ball and a strike. But again, he spent the first half of the season with AAA Columbus, mostly in a relief role, and pitched very well. A 1.54 ERA. The 1-1. This is down, and the count runs to 2 balls and a strike. And he started his return to Akron well. He was a decent piece of the rotation for Akron last season, but when returning in the bullpen, he only allowed 1 run in his first 7 appearances this season. The 2-1. Ripped over to second, taken on 1 hop by Rocchio at the waist. He charges an easy throw to first base. 4-3 put out. And when you include the end of yesterday's game, the Baysox have now gone down 24 in a row. Final 19 batters of last night's game, the first 5 batters of tonight's game. If Ponticelli can keep the streak going until the number 8 batter, Cody Roberts, well, then you'd have a pseudo-perfect game. Here's Maverick Hanley. First pitch, fouled off of home plate. It's 0-1. 236 average for Hanley this season, a 779 OPS in 60 games, 11 doubles, a triple, 8 homers, 38 runs batted in. Next pitch, popped up on the infield right side. The first baseman, Delgado, now running down a little bit into foul territory. He makes the catch. And the Baysox go down in order once again. It's 8 consecutive innings that Bowie has gone without a base runner. Bottom of the second coming up. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
Sky Shooter Displays by ZY Pyrotechnics will be lighting up the sky with top-of-the-line fireworks shows following Baysox games all season long. We will give you the best bang for your buck. Sky Shooter Displays include traditional shows, true pyro musicals, custom choreographed plays, and much more. The night sky is truly limitless, so don't be shy. Give ZY a try. Find out more by calling us at 570-328-1361 or visit us online, zypyrotechnics.com.
Get the best deals at Prince George's Stadium with weekly promotions all season. Tuesdays are Military Appreciation Night. Purchase a box seat at the ticket office with a proof of service and you'll only pay half price. Bring along your furry friend on Woof Wednesday, and it's the best happy hour around every Thursday from 5 to 6:30. $2 Bud and Bud Light drafts with other beer specials throughout the year, and live music to get your night started. It's always a great time at the ballpark, so get your tickets now at Baysox.com.
On the Green Incorporated is your lawn care team, providing professional organic-based lawn care programs for residential and commercial lawns. Our lawn care programs provide ballpark quality results. Each service is custom tailored with guaranteed results for even the toughest lawns. On the Green also offers outdoor pest control services. Mosquitoes, ants, ticks, and more. Safely and effectively control insects and enjoy the outdoors this summer with On the Green Incorporated. Go to onthegreeninc.com.
Bottom of the second inning, a scoreless game here in Akron as Brennan Hanafi will try to pitch a cleaner frame. Gave up a couple of late base hits in the first inning and a wild pitch, put both runners into scoring position before he finally racked up a strikeout on a full count offering to John Kenzie Noel. Fortunately for Hanafi, the 2 base hits came quickly, so he only needed 16 pitches in the first. He starts off with the number 6 batter, Daniel Schneemann here. First pitch grounded to short. Ortiz scoops it between the legs and fires to first on a nose. 6-3 put out, and that's how you start out a quick frame. So now here's Chris Roller. 203 average for the center fielder, a 626 OPS in 55 games. 10 doubles, 2 triples, 4 homers, 21 runs batted in. As they put a decent shift on for him. First pitch into the right-hander. Just misses down and inside. It's 1-0 to start. Hanafi has done well in the second inning this season. He's only allowed 1 run. It's the 1-0 pitch. Misses too far inside, and the count goes to 2-0. But again, considering Ponticelli and his usage this season, and Hanafi and his short outings this season as the 2-0, misses down, it's 3-0. This series, and today specifically, will really be dictated by the bullpens. As the 3-0 pitch. This is down and away, a 4-pitch walk. 6th walk given up by Hanafi this season, first today. Baysox pitchers did not walk a batter until the 9th inning when Hector Perez walked the first batter he saw on 5 pitches. Perez walked the first batter, hit the next 2, and then gave up the game-winning 2 RBI single to Mike Ortiz. So now Reynel Delgado. Runner at first, 1 away. First pitch. Delgado watches down and in, and it gets by. Runner advances, so double play ball out of the equation. Already the second wild pitch of the inning, and 5 consecutive out of the zone from Brennan Hanafi. 204 average for Delgado, a 602 OPS in 33 games, 2 doubles, a triple, 2 homers, 10 runs batted in. Here's the next. Popped him up, out toward right center, shallow. Haskin running down, makes the catch. So shallow, runner can't go anywhere, and there's 2 away. Now Julian Escobado. This is going to be a battle of the bullpens. Ponticelli, at best, I imagine he goes 5 innings, and that's on one of the more optimistic estimates. Brennan Hanafi, I'd say the same thing, 5 innings on an optimistic estimate. Bullpens from there. Tomorrow should be a more regular routine game as Escobedo digs in. Justin Armbruster and Tanner Burns will toss tomorrow. But then you've got the doubleheader after that. First pitch, down and away a fastball, 1-0 to start. Escobedo hitting .219 this season, a 627 OPS in 88 games played. 12 doubles, a triple, 4 homers, 28 runs batted in. As the 1-0 comes in, and it's swung on and missed, breaking ball down, and it's 1-1. The second game of the doubleheader is scheduled to be a dueling bullpen day. Bowie has Ryan Watson against Akron's Tanner Bybee in game 1, but game 2 is just going to be, well, who's left? 1-1. Knuckled to the left side, taken deep in the hole by Ortiz. A jump throw to first is high, and they got him! Joey Ortiz, what a special shortstop, man. A 6-3 put out, and it ends the inning. We go to the 3rd here at Canal Park as Ortiz helps preserve the scoreless game. We're back after this. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
At DCA Imaging Systems, we provide a tenured team of office technology professionals ready to be your trusted advisors. From document creation, output devices, scanning and workflow, to document security and storage, we understand people print, not printers. Give DCA Imaging a call, 301-577-1021, or find out more about how we can help you. DCAimaging.com. DCA Imaging Systems, office technology made easy.
Get your gear and memorabilia from your favorite Baysox players and future stars of the Baltimore Orioles at the Tackle Box Team Store. Jerseys, hats, autographed bats and balls, all at great prices. Located right at the main gate at Prince George's Stadium and online at BaysoxShop.com, the Tackle Box is the only place to get the best Baysox gear for you and your favorite fan. It's the Tackle Box at Prince George's Stadium and at BaysoxShop.com.
It takes time to get rich, flavorful coffee beans from the lush mountain regions of Colombia and Brazil to Royal Farms. But less than a minute to get yourself a delicious hot cup of the finest and freshest coffee in the world. Because Royal Farms' new Swiss-made coffee machines grind those rich, flavorful coffee beans and brew them one magnificent cup at a time. It's why Royal Farms makes the freshest and best coffee in the world. Real fresh, real fast. Royal Farms.
Well, fans, don't forget about Maryland's Batesoktoberfest coming to Prince George's Stadium on Friday the 19th. It's all presented by Royal Farms, and it features a special Adley Rutschman Maryland flag hat giveaway. It's a very special item. First 750 fans ages 13 and up will get one on their way through the gates. It's August 19th. Be sure to get your tickets at Baysox.com. Third inning of a scoreless game here in Akron. First pitch to Toby Welk is a breaking ball that misses outside. It's 1-0. That is the first pitch ball by Thomas Ponticelli today. All 6 batters to start saw a first pitch strike. As the 1-0 is called a strike in the lower inside corner. Late ring up. We've already been seeing a couple of those in this game as the count runs even at 1. 229 average for Welk this season, a 762 OPS in 13 games. 2 doubles, no triples, 3 homers, 10 runs batted in, 1-1. Down and away, and the count goes to 2-1 on Welk. After Welk, it'll be Cody Roberts and Zach Watson. If any of them reach, back to the top of the lineup in Connor Norby. But Bowie has been set down 25 in a row since they last scored 2 runs in the third inning yesterday. Next pitch up and in. Fastball misses to run it to 3-1. And Welk with one of the best opportunities to maybe break that streak now for Bowie. First 3-ball count that Ponticelli has seen today. Pitch home. Welk watches inside for ball 4. The first base runner for Bowie since 2 outs in the third inning yesterday. Welk draws the free pass to lead off the third. And now it's on Bowie to maybe end the streak of no base hits. Cody Roberts had the last base hit for Bowie back in the third inning yesterday. So Welk is at first base. And the first pitch to Roberts is swung on and belted to left center field. He's got the base hit and maybe an extra base hit as it's cut off from the gap and brought to third base, but Welk will get there easily. Roberts moves to second base with his 12th double of the season, and it has the game's first run at third with no one out here in the third. Well, I suppose Cody Roberts has the special juice in his bat. I'm not sure what it is. The keen eye, the good approach. But it's Roberts. The only other base hit aside from Roberts over the last now 9+ innings was Greg Cullen's single in the second inning yesterday. First pitch to Zach Watson misses up and away. Count starts out at 1-0. Watson a 179 average, 551 OPS in 72 games played. 7 doubles, 2 triples, 7 homers, 20 runs batted in. Welk at third, the 1-0. Misses down and away, and it's 2 balls and no strikes. Again, it will be interesting to see how long Ponticelli goes today. He does have a lot of distance in his past. He once tossed 7 scoreless against Bowie last season. And that's when he was spending most of the year as a rotation arm. 2-0, swing and a miss. Fastball down and inside, and it's 2-1. Watson on a 3-game hitless skid. 0 for 3 yesterday with a pair of strikeouts. But if he just gets it out of the infield here, Bowie could have the lead. All depends on how deep he gets it out of the infield, however. 2-1. Pop foul behind home plate. Count goes even at 2 because yesterday in the first inning, after Bowie had loaded the bases with no one out, Hudson Haskin lined out to first base for the first out of the inning. And then Kobe Mayo flew out to right field, and Colton Cowser was thrown out at home trying to tag up. 2 balls and 2 strikes on Watson. Scoreless game in the third. Next pitch from Ponticelli. Swung on and missed for strike 3. Change up, down and away. Third strikeout for Ponticelli. And now it goes back to the top of the lineup with Connor Norby. Corner infielders play in, middle infielders play back. Norby struck out swinging back in the first inning. First pitch. Swinging a bouncing ball to short. This should score the run as it's scooped by Tena, and he can only go to first with it. Welk scores, and Bowie snags the 1-0 lead. RBI ground out by Norby is his 16th ribby of the season, as Cody Roberts is forced to stay at second base, but a 6-3 putout does give Bowie the edge. Now with 2 away, here's Cesar Prieto. First pitch. Prieto watches breaking ball, called for strike on the bottom edge. It's 0-1. Cesar popped out to second base back in the first inning. There's a small angle of sunlight that's just taking up the infield grass while the dirt is having a tough time. Here's a sprayed ball to the left side for a base hit, but a slow roller on the grass. Roberts will go to third and stop there. A 2-out single for Cesar Prieto extends his hit streak to 3 consecutive games and now brings up Joey Ortiz with runners at the corners. Ortiz flew out to center field back in the first inning. He's trying to match the longest hit streak in the Eastern League this season. He's currently got the second longest streak and the longest active streak at 17 consecutive games. 25 of his last 26 as well. First pitch, and he sprays it foul, a hard liner. Count opens up at 0-1. But again, you've got the shade pretty much taking over most of the infield dirt. A little bit on the right side of the infield gets some sunlight, but pretty much all of the infield grass has sunlight, as does right field and center field. Here's the 0-1. Ortiz watches high fastball, and the count runs even at a ball and a strike. So Ponticelli trying to extend into his second trip through the order. Akron still has faith in him, as no one is warming in the bullpen. The 1-1. Ortiz watches up and in. Back pick to first. Prieto is safe. They were some massive secondary leads from Cesar Prieto. I was just about to make a note of it. But Brian Lavastida doesn't have that hard of an arm behind the plate, and he really telegraphed that throw. Prieto did slide around the tag a little, but he takes off. 2-1 pitch is grounded slowly foul, bouncing on the third base side. Runs the count even at 2. Prieto showing his hand, of course. But it does run the count even at 2, so maybe he could try again. Roberts at third. Bowie leads 1-0 here in the top of the third after a walk and a double to open the frame. An RBI ground out by Connor Norby. Short lead off of first for Prieto. Let's see if Ponticelli even attempts a pickoff. He's had plenty of opportunities here. Prieto stays put. The 2-2 is popped up foul. Third base side. This one should get out of play. Schneemann only runs about, I'd say, 10-15 feet before giving it up. Count stays even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. But it's another one of those long plate appearances for Joey Ortiz. Between Prieto and Ortiz, they've been climbing up on that pitches per plate appearance stat that I've been fond of this season. He had another long one yesterday before eventually striking out in the 5th inning. Pickoff throw to first. No slide, no tag. Prieto a slightly larger lead for his initial step off at first base. We wait on another 2-2 to Ortiz. Here it is. Down and away for ball 3. So now Prieto will get a head start over at first base. As Ortiz runs it full. This season, Ponticelli has opponents 3 for 16 on full counts, 8 strikeouts, 5 walks. This is his first today. There goes Prieto. The 3-2 is swung on and missed for strike 3. Ortiz strikes out swinging, stranding an extra run at third, but Bowie at least gets one on the board and finally breaks up that skid of consecutive batters retired at 25. We go to the bottom of the third. Bowie leads 1-0. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
Pest Now is proud to partner with the Bowie Baysox and provide their pest control services. For all your residential and commercial pest control needs, call Pest Now. For general pest control, termite control, mosquito control, and all other pest control services, call Pest Now. You can reach us at 301-231-8300 or visit us online at www.pestnow.com.
Most people don't know what a steam fitter is. More importantly, what we do and how much it impacts you. Just take a moment to think about what your world would look like if you didn't have the ability to generate electricity, to have heating or air conditioning, microchip production, internet service, web-based storage, cellular service, and frozen or refrigerated produce. Could you imagine? And these are just some of the things that we impact. Please visit steamfitters-602.org and let's talk about how we can bring value to you.
Celebrate your Chesapeake pride on Friday, August 19th as the Baysox host Maryland's Baytoberfest at Prince George's Stadium. All things Maryland presented by Royal Farms with an upcoming special Baytoberfest beer stein and ticket package available. And with a big chance to celebrate all things Maryland, it wouldn't be complete without your very own Maryland flag-designed Baysox hat with Adley Rutschman and his number 35 patched on the side. It's the Maryland Baytoberfest and the Adley Rutschman hat giveaway Friday, August 19th at Prince George's Stadium. So get your tickets at baysox.com.
Bowie leads 1-0 here in the bottom of the third inning as Brennan Hanafi will try to keep it that way. 26 pitches through 2 scoreless so far for Hanafi. Top of the lineup, though, to face off. Tena will lead it. First pitch is grounded to short. A slow bouncer. 2 hops for Ortiz to pick at the chest, but he still fires a quick bullet to first base, beating out Tena by a couple of steps. That's the second consecutive inning that Akron has hit into a 6-3 groundout on the first pitch of the frame. Probably not too rare, but it's just fun to know. Daniel Schneemann did the same thing in the second. So now, with 1 out, here's Brian Rocchio. Back-to-back left-handers, Rocchio a switch hitter. First pitch. Breaking ball, called a strike on the top half of the zone from Hanafi. It's 0-1. Rocchio flew out to center field back in the first inning, as they've got him a little bit on the pull side on the infield. 0-1, swung on and missed outside. Good curveball there from Hanafi, and it's 0-2. Again, the main question for Hanafi, just as his starts start to accumulate, as the 0-2 pitch misses down, ball and 2 strikes, is how often and how much will the straps be loosened, the limits be lengthened? As the 1-2 pitch comes in, and it's swung on and ripped foul. Kicked up some dirt, kicking up the first base line. Count stays at 2 strikes. Because for Hanafi's first few starts of the season, his 3 rehab appearances in the Complex League and then 1 with High A Aberdeen, and then his first 3 starts with Bowie, he was on a limit of about 50 pitches as the 1-2 is hammered out to center field. Not deep enough, though, as Haskin camps under and makes the catch. 2 away. 4 in a row retired by Hanafi after the 4-pitch walk in the second. But yeah, Hanafi never eclipsed 50 pitches, and he never went past 3 innings until last week against Harrisburg, when he tossed 3 2/3 innings and 62 pitches. You've, of course, got to be careful with a guy that underwent Tommy John surgery. You always have to be. First pitch to Brian Lavastida is called a strike on a pitch down. 0-1. Lavastida singled up the middle on the first pitch he saw in the first inning. Here's the 0-1. Cracked bat, floated over toward short, taken on 1 hop, deep in the hole by Ortiz, and he fires to first a bit offline, but well within the range of Toby Welk. Another 6-3 put out on a soft line drive as Bowie and Brennan Hanafi turn in a perfect third inning. We're on to the 4th here at Canal Park in Akron. Bowie leads 1-0. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
Baseball is a game of specialists. Base stealers, closers, cleanup hitters. Together, they help their team stand out from the rest.
Specialists also help set Chesapeake Employers Insurance apart from other workers' compensation insurance companies. Our health services team includes orthopedic surgeons, nurse case managers, a physical therapist, and more, all to get your employee back to work, contain costs, and keep premiums down. That's teamwork. To learn more, connect with your agent or visit Chesapeake Employers at CEIWC.com.
On the Green Incorporated is your lawn care team, providing professional, organic-based lawn care programs for residential and commercial lawns. Our lawn care programs provide ballpark quality results. Each service is custom tailored with guaranteed results for even the toughest lawns. On the Green also offers outdoor pest control services. Mosquitoes, ants, ticks, and more. Safely and effectively control insects and enjoy the outdoors this summer with On the Green Incorporated. Go to onthegreeninc.com.
The best way to take in a Baysox game is with a group outing at Prince George's Stadium. Everything from entertaining clients to birthday parties and even fundraising opportunities for your team, the Baysox offer plenty of options for your group at unbeatable rates with plenty of options on suites, seats, and decks around the ballpark. Your group can eat their fill and have an unforgettable time. Find out more and schedule your group outing by calling 301-464-4880 or going to Baysox.com.
Top Fans Cares around the corner. Patient First, urgent care that's open 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day of the year. Every Patient First has on-site labs, x-rays, and prescription drugs. Patient First, the name fits. Fourth inning here in Akron as Bowie still nurses a 1-0 lead. 4, 5, and 6 in the Baysox lineup set to bat as Thomas Ponticelli is trying for a fourth inning. He gave up 2 hits, a walk, and a run in that third. On 21 pitches, he's up to 46 overall today. Haskins struck out swinging on a 1-2 pitch back in the second. First pitch here. He squares, bunts it up the third base line. It's a beauty. Barehanded by the third baseman, thrown to first, and it's late. One hop, and Haskins just beats it out. Great play by Daniel Schneemann. Got to give the credit, but Haskins laid down that good of a bunt. Just buckled its way up the third base line, and Hudson Haskins, well, he's got that dog in him to try and fight Cesar Prieto for the title of best bunter on the team. Second consecutive inning that Bowie has led off with a base runner after Toby Welk drew a walk in the third. Here's Greg Cullen, first pitch. Cullen smokes it up the line, third base side, but it hits the netting in foul territory. Count starts out at 0-1. Cullen grounded out to second base in the second. Well, they've got the Field of Dreams game going through its pregame ceremonies right now in Dyersville. It's the Cubs and the Cincinnati Reds tonight. And I saw a news report that they're not going to do this again next year. They don't want to oversaturate the nature of the game. As the 0-1 bounces off the catcher's mitt, but it pops into the air. A high fastball, and the ball doesn't actually go anywhere, so Hudson Haskins stays put. But Cullen runs the count even at a ball and a strike. Well, they're going through a bunch of the pregame ceremonies for this game in the cornfields of Iowa. Very beautiful locale as the 1-1 is lifted foul again the other way. Count runs to a ball and 2 strikes on Cullen. He's a little frustrated. He didn't get high enough on that pitch. And I saw since the Reds are playing, they brought out one of the all-time greatest ball players to ever wear the big red C. Haskins goes. The 1-2 is outside for a ball. Throw to second is high. Haskins slides in safely with his 4th stolen base of the season. Bowie, I said it, the first 2 games of this series, they need to match the aggression of Akron, especially on the base paths. And that's what Haskins did right there. Sets himself in a scoring position with no one out as the count runs even at 2 on Greg Cullen. 2-2. Sprayed foul again the other way. Count remains. So to finish my point, the Griffies, Ken Sr. and the kid Ken Jr. went out and had a game of catch. In the outfield, just ahead of the game. Boy, it's just so fun watching the history of baseball. It's everywhere. The 2-2. Called strike 3 on the outside. Cullen curls away from it instantly. Can't tell if it's in frustration at the call or frustration at himself or laying off of the pitch. But it's the 5th strikeout for Thomas Ponticelli in his first looking. So 1 away. Here's Maverick Hanley. Yeah, the stolen bases have been pretty critical in this series, so it's good to see Bowie pull one off. Brian Lavastida has only caught 1 of 17 attempts now this season as the first pitch to Hanley is swung on and missed away, 0-1. Now, I was watching pregame. They were running through a couple of catcher's drills between Lavastida and one of the other catchers on roster, Eric Rodriguez. Drills for the quick throws to second base as Hanley fouls off the next pitch right side. It's 0-2. And I'm not necessarily I'm not a scout. I'm not the kind of guy who could give you in-depth reports on catchers and the like, but it really just seemed, at least from my basic eye test, that very few of the throws they were making to second base in those drills earlier today were accurate. The 0-2. Misses low under the knees, and the count to a ball and 2 strikes on Hanley. And I imagine Bowie probably saw some of those throws and maybe got a little bit more excited at the possibility of stealing bases today. Maybe it's a trend that will continue for tonight's game. 1-2 pitch. Slider down and away, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Hanley popped out to first base in foul territory back in the 2nd inning. As Ponticelli sets out of the stretch, first base side, fires the 2-2. Hanley watches outside. Slider to run it full. Akron has a handful of guys just walking around the mound in the bullpen, but no one's actually throwing. Ponticelli's up to 58 pitches. The 3-2. Down and away, ball 4. Hanley started behind 0-2 and draws the walk. The second of the day given up by Ponticelli. Puts 2 on base now for Toby Welk. It's going to lead to a mound visit. 0-2 is out. Bunt single, obviously not a big issue for Thomas Ponticelli in the way he's tossing. That's just good play by Hudson Haskin, of course. But to lose Hanley after starting ahead 0-2, that's obviously going to lead to at least one quick chat on what's going on and how to approach the next batter. Rest of the Eastern League already has 3 games final. Plenty of day games on the docket as Hartford took down Somerset today with a late jump, 4-2. Reading continued to attack Harrisburg, 3-1 the final in that one. Harrisburg finally broke their 8-game losing streak yesterday, but Reading picks up the win today. And Portland with an outburst, 5 runs in the bottom of the 8th inning to overcome a 5-1 deficit and beat Richmond 6-5. It's a tough bullpen for the Squirrels. Altoona leads Binghamton 3-2 after 2, and they're scoreless in New Hampshire, Erie, and New Hampshire after 1. So here's Welk with first and second aboard, only 1 out. First pitch. Knuckled foul right side. Count opens at 0-1. Welk walked in the 3rd. Did it on a 3-1 count. As Bowie leads 1-0 here in the 4th inning. The next. Grounded to the right side, a big hole, and a diving grab by the second baseman, Rocchio. He tumbles and fires to first just in time. From his backside, it took a low bounce in front of Reynel Delgado, but it was so far in front of the base that Delgado was able to receive it easily off of the hop. Both runners advance, but a 4-3 putout is the second out of the inning. And now Cody Roberts, who had a double in the 3rd inning. Second and third for Bowie. Decent hole on the right side of the infield for Roberts, who goes the other way a lot. First pitch, though, is swung on and missed down and inside. It's 0-1. Roberts laced his double to the left center field gap back in the 3rd inning. It was the first base hit for Bowie in about 9 innings. First hit since Roberts himself had the 2 RBI single last night in the 3rd. Here's the 0-1. Roberts watches outside. And the count runs even and a ball and a strike. Akron now has an arm tossing. It's a right-hander. looks to be Yerson Ramirez. He's made 24 appearances this season. Here's the 1-1. Bounced over toward third and past the diving glove of Daniel Schneemann. Sneaks into left field. Stop sign goes up for Cullen, but Welk scores, and Bowie has the 2-0 edge. Not sure where I got Welk and Cullen. They're the two that were put out in this inning. It was Haskin that scores, and Handley that was at third. There were 4 batters in this whole inning, and I just got them completely mixed up the other way. But Bowie leads 2-0. I know what the score is. Cody Roberts playing a little bit of hero once again. He's already extended his hit streak to 7 consecutive games. He's got 2 today. And Bowie still has a runner at third with 2 outs for Zach Watson to try and break through. First pitch. Watson watches high, and it hits off of the glove of the catcher, his mask, and it's back to the screen. Handley comes down to score. Roberts goes to second, and it's 3-0 Bowie. That might go down as a passed ball. It really didn't look like Lavastida even got his glove up high enough. But the count starts out at 1-0. It is a passed ball. That is the first of the season for Lavastida in 18 games behind the plate. For now, that run is unearned. It all depends on how this plate appearance goes. Here's the 1-0. Swing and a miss outside. And it's 1-1 on Watson, who struck out swinging back in the third inning. So 3-0 Bowie. As the 1-1 comes home, and it's grounded on a slow crack to short. Scooped on the run by Jose Tena. He throws across the body from a low angle and gets it to first in time. So that last run will be unearned, but it's still a run for Bowie as they plate 2 on an RBI single and a passed ball. Bottom of the 4th coming up in Akron. Bowie leads 3-0. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
At DCA Imaging Systems, we provide a tenured team of office technology professionals ready to be your trusted advisors. From document creation, output devices, scanning and workflow, to document security and storage, we understand people print, not printers. Give DCA Imaging a call, 301-577-1021, or find out more about how we can help you. DCAimaging.com. DCA Imaging Systems, office technology made easy.
The Baysox are getting radical on Thursday, August 18th as we go back to the 80s. Get that perm done up, rip off those jeans, and toss on your jean jacket for the 80s Rewind Night. A totally tubular night of the greatest musical decade with live music and beer specials from 5 to 6:30. So head on back to the 80s with the Bowie Baysox on Thursday, August 18th. Get your tickets at baysox.com.
Sky Shooter Displays by ZY Pyrotechnics will be lighting up the sky with top-of-the-line fireworks shows following Baysox games all season long. We will give you the best bang for your buck. Sky Shooter Displays include traditional shows, true pyro musicals, custom choreographed plays, and much more. The night sky is truly limitless, so don't be shy. Give ZY a try. Find out more by calling us at 570-328-1361 or visit us online, zypyrotechnics.com.
Back into the 4th inning here in Akron as Bowie still manages a lead, but it's now 3-0. Brennan Hanafi with some room to work with after a perfect 3rd inning on just 8 pitches. He'll face off against 4, 5, and 6 in the Akron lineup, starting with Mike Ortiz. Matt Sabatas with you from Canal Park as the first pitch to Prees is called a strike in the lower inside corner. It's 0-1 to open. Prees singled to left field in the first. On the second pitch he saw. Made it to second but was left stranded. Here's the 0-1. Down and inside, gets back to the screen as the count runs even and a ball and a strike. Well, things already off to a hot start over at that Field of Dreams game in Iowa. The Cubs putting on 3 runs in the first inning. Reds haven't even gotten to bat yet. Here's the 1-1. Up and away. Count runs to 2 balls and a strike. Again, the question is just going to be Hanafi's distance at this point. If he can continue at the pacing that he's been going, then it would just be great as long as he can maybe get to 5 as the 2-1 is fouled off to the screen. Count evens at 2. because Brennan Hanafi has not been a winning pitcher in a professional game since August 24th, 2019. As a matter of fact, I called that game. I'll have to go back and find the scorecard for that. Here's the 2-2. Fouled off back to the screen. Count remains on Prees. It was August 24th, 2019 for Hanafi against the Fayetteville Woodpeckers, back when he was pitching with High A Frederick. It was part of a doubleheader. Next pitch grounded over into the Bowie dugout, and the count stays even at 2. Just talking about Fayetteville and Frederick, I was about to call Bowie Frederick. But Frederick scored 4 runs in the 5th to give Hanafi the win as he tossed 5 innings of 3-run ball with 6 strikeouts. Next pitch, lifted out to deep center. Haskin hesitated on it for a bit, but now backs up at a leisurely pace and makes the catch over the shoulder. That's now 6 in a row retired by Hanafi since he walked Chris Roller with 1 out in the 2nd inning. Jean-Kenzie Noel to bat now here in the 4th. Hanafi is also only at 41 pitches. Recall he threw a season's high 62 pitches in his last start. First pitch to Noel. Misses down, and the count starts out at 1-0. Well, Noel last night, when he faced off against Shelton Perkins, looked to be very outclassed by Perkins' slider, the 1-0. Breaking ball fouled off back to the screen, and the count runs even at a ball and a strike. And Noel is a member of the 40-man, and for good reason. Dominican native is a massive power prospect in the Guardians organization, but he's still only 21, the 1-1. Misses inside. Count goes to 2 balls and a strike. And you can definitely see just from his age that his approach to the plate is still a little bit immature. 2-1. Knuckled in the air, foul over the netting right side. Slider inside, runs the count even at 2. And not to say that as an insult. I don't want it to come across that way. But to say that there's still the room for him to grow as the 2-2 pitch is swung on and lifted out towards shallow left. Ortiz looks like he has a beat on it. Loses it for a second, but now finds it and runs down to make the catch on the infield dirt. That was another slider, and Noel pops out to short for the second out of the 4th. And Noel has the power. 9 home runs this season. But so far, he's only 2 for 17 against Bowie. 9 strikeouts, no walks, and he's just found nothing against Bowie's breaking pitches. First pitch to Daniel Schneemann, misses wide. Breaking ball starts the count out at 1-0. But that's something that'll come with age, with more experience at this level. 1-0 pitch, misses down, and the count goes to 2-0. That's what batters say is always the hardest jump up from high A to double A, is working the breaking pitches that you see so much more often. 2-0 pitch is a fastball called for strike on the inside edge. It's 2-1. You always say, you always hear, there's more breaking pitches, and the breaking pitches themselves are much, much better. They move a lot more. As the 2-1 pitch misses down to Schneemann, count goes to 3 balls and a strike. First 3-ball count from Hanafi since he walked Chris Roller in the 2nd on 4 pitches. Since then, he's retired 7 consecutive batters. 3-1. Schneemann watches down low. It's ball 4. Schneemann grounded out to shortstop in the 2nd inning, but now he reaches on the 2nd walk given up by Hanafi today. This is the exact point in last week's game where Hanafi ran into a bit of a wall. He had 2 quick outs in the 4th, but then walked back-to-back batters and had to be lifted. But again, he was not as efficient as he has been today. First pitch to Chris Roller is called a strike. Fastball in the top half, it's 0-1. Of course, the 10-pitch 2nd inning and the 8-pitch 3rd helped a ton for Hanafi to set himself up right now. And you want him to get this quick out here of Roller, who walked on 4 pitches in the 2nd inning. The 0-1. Popped him up on the infield, right to second base. Norby moves a grand total of about 10 feet, just circling the ball. He makes the catch, and the inning is over. Longest outing of the season for Brennan Hanafi. 4 scoreless innings. We're on to the 5th. Bowie leads 3-0. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
If you're working in the Washington, D.C. metropolitan area as a pipe fitter, pipe welder, or HVAC service technician, and you're interested in a better life, a better means to provide for yourself and your family, a way to make sure that you're earning the highest wages and the best benefits in our industry. Visit our website at steamfitters-602.org. That's steamfitters-602.org. And let's talk about what we can do to help change your life.
Hey kids, the Baysox Futures Club is the best way to be a fan of the Baysox, and it's completely free for kids ages 3 through 12. Futures Club members get access to special members-only events, discount ticket offers, and free gifts for just signing up. Parents, head over to Baysox.com to sign up your kids, so don't miss out on all the promotions and giveaways at Prince George's Stadium this season and next. The Baysox Futures Club. Sign up now at Baysox.com.
Hey, coffee lovers. Know where you'll find the world's freshest cup of coffee? Right here at Royal Farms. Because with our new brewing system, it takes less than a minute to go from selecting the kind of coffee you want to this. The freshest, most flavorful cup of coffee you can buy is at Royal Farms. So try one. It'll be love at first sip. Because it's the freshest coffee in the world. Real fresh, real fast, Royal Farms.
I'm so glad you're joining us, as always. Rolling on into the 5th inning here at Canal Park in Akron. Matt Sabatis with you. Thank you so much for stopping by this evening. As Bowie leads 3-0 over the Akron Rubber Ducks. Akron will make a pitching change. Starting pitcher Thomas Ponticelli is done after just 4 innings. Again, it was a spot start for Ponticelli, just his 3rd overall this season after spending most of the year in the bullpen. So it's understandable that he only tosses 4, and Yerson Ramirez will take over for Akron. First pitch to Connor Norby, misses high. Breaking ball, and the count starts out at 1-0. Top of the Bowie lineup with Norby, Prieto, and Ortiz set to bat. As Norby is 0 for 2 on the day, but with an RBI. Next pitch misses high, and it's 2-0. Norby grounded out to drive in the first run of the game in the 3rd inning. Thomas Ponticelli finishes with 4 innings. He gave up 4 hits and 3 runs. 2 were earned. Struck out 5 and walked 2. Next pitch, up and in. That one sent Norby squatting down to avoid the pitch. I think it hit off of the mask of the umpire as well as it bounced off of the glove of the catcher. So it missed Norby, but no one else. It hit everyone. And here comes Akron's athletic trainer to see if Tim Detweiler is okay. Detweiler shed the mask, and he's quickly assuring Akron's athletic trainer, that's Jacob Ligon, that he's all right. But Ligon is still going through the quick little rhythms to make sure that he's done everything, up to code. And I don't blame anyone for that. You want to make sure the umpire is definitely in the right space for everything. You don't want them injured. Runs the count to 3-0, however. Next pitch to Norby is ripped foul. Had the green light on a breaking ball inside, and it's 3-1. Yerson Ramirez is a 6'1", 210-pound, 23-year-old right-hander from Sabana Grande de Boya in the Dominican. International free agent signed back in 2017 by Cleveland. As he peers in, tilted hard at the waist, now comes set back behind the right ear. Fires the 3-1, and it's fouled off to the right side this time. Count fills on Norby after starting ahead 3-0. On the season, Ramirez has made 24 appearances, gone 4-2 with a 5.68 ERA, 25 1/3 innings, 26 strikeouts, 16 walks. He's allowed 4 home runs. Payoff pitch. Muscled out toward right center field, but not very deep. It's the right fielder, John Kenzie Noel, to make the catch. So a high fly ball, and there's one away. Norby is 0 for 3 today. 0 for his last 8 after the 4-hit outburst against Harrisburg back on Sunday. And now Cesar Prieto, who had a single in the 3rd inning, 1 for 2 overall. Here's the first pitch. Prieto watches breaking ball called for strike in the heart of the plate. 0-1 to start. Ramirez is coming off of an interesting appearance against Altoona his last time out. Walked in a run as the 0-1 pitch is lifted up the line. A floating liner down for a base hit in left field. Prieto will chug around first but stop there. A good track on the ball by Julian Escobado in left. But it's a 2-hit day for Prieto. A 1-out single here in the 5th. And now Joey Ortiz with another opportunity to extend his hitting streak. As Bowie leads 3-0 here in the 5th inning. That's the 5th hit for the Baysox. Akron has 2. Yeah, Ramirez came in, recorded just 1 out on a strikeout, and walked 4 batters. Allowed a run, and earned a hold. So Akron was still able to pick up the win as they swept that doubleheader. First pitch to Ortiz. Misses up and in, a breaking ball. Count starts out at 1-0. This is a rarity for Ortiz to start 0-2. We'll take a quick glance back to see how many times Ortiz had gone without in his first 2 plate appearances. Okay, it's actually not that far, but it's still rare. As the 1-0 pitch is called a strike, a late ring up on a slider down and away, 1-1. Ortiz went 0 for 2 to start the 4th game of the Harrisburg series before clubbing a solo home run in his 3rd plate appearance in the 5th inning. That extended his hit streak to 13 consecutive games at the time. He's at 17 now. 1-1 pitch. Curveball called a strike in the lower inside corner. It's 1-2. Ramirez split time between single A and high A last season, and he spent all season with Akron here. Prieto at first. The 1-2 pitch is sprayed up the first base line, hits off of the bag and rolls into right field. Ortiz extends it to 18 games. He books around first and motors to second with a double. 18 consecutive games for Joey Ortiz, his 23rd double of the season. That one might have hit off of Delgado's glove as well, but it went sky high after caroming off of the bag. And it put Prieto to third base. Ortiz is at second as he ties the longest hit streak in the Eastern League this season. 26 of his last 27 as well. As Hudson Haskins steps up, second and third, 1 out. The infield plays in, all of them. First pitch, Haskins watches slider miss outside. It's 1-0. Ramirez got that pitch called for a strike to Ortiz in the last plate appearance, but that one to Haskins carried a little bit too far. He was just trying to see if he could get it again. Haskins laid down a bunt single his last time, 1-0. That one's a called strike. Slider more routine down the heart of the plate as the count runs even at 1. One out single for Prieto, a double for Joey Ortiz. Ramirez on the third base side of the rubber. Fires the 1-1 to Haskins. Check swing, more of a flinch as he pulled back well in time on a slider down and away. Count goes to 2 balls and a strike. Bowie is at least making Ramirez work out of the gate. Norby ran it to a full count to open the frame. Prieto and Ortiz waiting for their pitch, and now Haskins ahead, 2 balls and a strike. The next, Haskins sprays it foul the other way. Breaking ball came in high, and it runs the count even at 2. It's been a good August for Hudson Haskins as well. He's hitting .308 with 5 runs driven in, and he's striking out at a marginally lower rate. Ramirez sets, 2-2, misses high. Counts full. Well, yesterday it looked like Bowie was going to pick up the win until the late inning heroics by Micah Prees again. And I was saying to myself, can't get too upset because he can't win a game on just 2 runs. Bowie has 3 now and an opportunity to add on more. The 3-2 to Haskins. Called strike 3. Curveball found its way in at the knees, hard of the plate. Haskin knew it as soon as it crossed home. First strikeout for Ramirez. 6th overall for Akron pitching, and now 2 away for Greg Cullen. Quick battery visit with Brian Lavastida coming out. Third base is still going to play in, but the rest of the infield can go to a regular depth now with 2 gone. Greg Cullen is 0 for 2. He struck out looking back in the 4th. But Kyle Moore has said this plenty this year, is that the crooked numbers are the most important part of the game. The pitching is great, but you're not going to win unless you're putting up at least 4 or 5 runs a game, at minimum 5. First pitch to Cullen. Called a strike on the outside edge. It's 0-1. Because Bowie, as a staff in the second half, still has an ERA hovering just a little bit north of 3. Around 3.1 here in the second half, and that's still the best in the league. The 0-1 pitch. Cullen watches fastball just miss above the letters. It's 1-1. So that's something that Bowie is constantly got to be mindful of. 3 runs is great, especially when you lead 3-0, but you never know if it's going to be enough. Can't lay off. The 1-1. Down and away. It's 2 balls and a strike on Cullen. 21 pitches so far for Ramirez. Bowie trying to get at least something across after putting 2 in scoring position with only 1 out. Bowie's only 2 for 9 with runners in scoring position today. The 2-1 grounded slowly to first, but foul. Just a little bit to the right side of the bag. Does run the count to 2-2, but if Cullen was just a little different on the timing there, it would have been a very easy ground out to first base, and it would have ended the inning. So perhaps some new life. But they do have a big shift on for him. Cullen asks for a quick time. I think he had to cough. Third base still plays into the baseline between second and third. Second base on the outfield grass. 2-2 pitch. Cullen watches down and away for ball 3. Ramirez frozen at the base of the mound. Second base had started to jog in to the dugout. And everyone has to reset now as the count fills. That one looked admittedly close. I wouldn't have been too upset if it had been called against him. The payoff pitch. Up and away for ball 4. Keen eye Cullen draws the walk to load the bases here with 2 outs in the top of the 5th. Bowie trying to add to a 3-0 edge as Maverick Handley steps in after he drew a walk back in the 4th. First walk for Ramirez, 3rd overall for Akron pitching. Handley this season with the bases loaded is 0 for 4, but he's driven in 4 runs and has walked twice. First pitch. Handley watches a called strike. Fastball at the letters. It's 0-1. 6 batters faced for Ramirez so far. He's split them down the middle on first pitch strikes and first pitch balls. The 0-1. Handley checks his swing on a called strike slider outside. Already 0-2. Doesn't seem like Ramirez is messing around now after missing out on that 2-2 pitch he thought he got Cullen with. Wants to set it down quickly. Bases loaded, 2 outs. The 0-2 misses down and away and bounces in, but Lavastida shifts to his right quick enough to keep it in front. Count to a ball and 2 strikes now. Bowie got their first run in an RBI ground out by Connor Norby. Then an RBI single by Cody Roberts in the 5th and a passed ball, scoring another run. They're trying to add on with the bases loaded and 2 outs here. The 1-2 pitch. Handley checks his swing and he went around on a high fastball. Couldn't pull back in time, and Ramirez strikes out a pair with runners in scoring position, including one with the bases loaded as Bowie strands them on. We're halfway home here at Canal Park in Akron. Bowie still leads 3-0, however. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
Well, it's the night that all Orioles fans should have circled on their calendar. Sunday, August 21st, when the Baysox celebrate Birdland. We know you're already loud and proud at Prince George's Stadium, but you don't want to miss this game, as the Baysox will be giving away special mystery autographed items from the 2022 team. The first 750 fans ages 3 and up will receive a mystery autographed item, so be sure to get your tickets fast. Sunday, August 21st, the Birdland celebration. Go to Baysox.com.
Fielder's Choice Flex Packs with the Bowie Baysox. The best value to see the best games at Prince George's Stadium. You could save up to 30% on your selected seat from day one and enjoy a number of exclusive member benefits, including flexible exchange options, discounts on suite rentals, special access to the Diamond View restaurant, and a free members collectible at your first home game of the year. Get your pack now by calling 301-464-4865 or heading online to Baysox.com.
Everyone deserves a great smile, and Rad Orthodontics is here to help you, Bowie Baysox fans. Rad Orthodontics accepts most insurance, and whether it's braces or Invisalign aligners, anyone can get the smile they've always wanted with our flexible payment options. With 2 of the country's leading orthodontists right here in the D.C. area, we love to see Baysox fans smile with confidence. So get that amazing smile you deserve. Visit radsmile.com today and book your free consult. That's radsmile.com for Rad Orthodontics, official smile provider of the Bowie Baysox.
Bottom of the 5th inning in Akron as Bowie still leads 3-0. Brennan Hanafi is back out for the 5th. 53 pitches deep on 4 scoreless innings. He faces 8-9-1 in the Akron lineup. First pitch to Reynel Delgado is called a strike. Bottom edge, it's 0-1 to start. Delgado, Escobado, and then Jose Tena to bat. Delgado flew out to center field back in the 2nd inning. As Hanafi winds and deals the next, it's a slider too far down and in, runs the count even at a ball and a strike. If Hanafi can finish this frame with Bowie still ahead, as the 1-1 pitch is swung on and missed wide for a strike, 1-2, it'd be his first win since 2019, August 24th, 2019. Of course, he'd have to rely on the bullpen as well. As the 1-2 pitch is called strike 3. Punched a fastball on the upper outside corner. Another late ring up. We've been seeing them on the called strikes today, but Delgado is caught looking. Just the 2nd strikeout for Hanafi, first called. And now on to Julian Escobado. Akron only has 2 hits in this game, and they came in succession back in the 1st inning. Brian Lavacita and Mike Caprice both singled with 2 outs. They both moved into scoring position on a wild pitch. And if he stranded them both, and that's been the day. First pitch lifted into the air, right center field by Escobedo. Sprinting down Watson. He lost the hat about 50 feet ago, but still makes the catch. Well, I imagine Watson, at this point in his career, asks for a hat maybe about a 1/4 inch bigger than he needs. 1, to fit his hair. He has those long growing locks that he's already cut at one point this season, but they've started to return. And 2, so it can fly off when he's making those big runs like that. Just adds to the cinematic value, I suppose. 2 quick outs. Here's Jose Tena. First pitch, a breaking ball called for strike on the bottom half of the zone. It's 0-1. Tena 0 for 2, grounded out to shortstop in the 3rd. 0-1, fouled off a piece, back to the screen, and the count goes to 0-2. Bases empty, 2 away here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Hanafi has only walked 2 batters since allowing those 2 singles in the 1st. The 0-2 pitch, swinging a bouncing ball to second, deep in the hole, picked by Norby, but he bobbles the transfer. Falls off of his glove and rolls towards shortstop as Tena will reach safely. They're still deciding on what to call that one. That has to be an error, considering the fact that it fell off of his glove, and there it is. It was in Norby's glove, and he just didn't make the transfer properly. And E4 is the third error for Norby in 26 games at second base this season. And it extends the inning for Brian Rocchio. If anyone scores now in this frame, it would be unearned against Hanafi, but you still hope no one scores, of course. First pitch to the switch hitter, misses down and inside. Rocchio scampers out of the box to avoid it as the count starts out at 1-0. Rocchio has flown out to center field in both at-bats today in the first and third innings. Bowie does have action in their bullpen, though, if Hanafi gets too tangled up in this frame. Looks to be Jensen Elliott. Right-hander getting loose. Runner at first, 2 outs. Here's the 1-0. Swing and a miss, curveball down, and it's 1-1. Again, Hanafi maxed out at 62 pitches last week. That swinging strike there was his 63rd pitch today, so it's a new season tie for Hanafi. As he fires the 1-1. Inside again. Still pushed Rocchio off to the back. Count to 2 balls and a strike. So perhaps this is around the limit for Hanafi. 65 pitches, maybe near 70. As he continues to stretch further and further in his first season back from the Tommy John surgery. 2-1. Misses down and inside for a ball. It's 3-1. Well, if it is the last batter that Hanafi faces and he's not able to get Rocchio out, that's going to be such a sour taste considering the inning should have been over. The 3-1 pitch, grounded right side and through the gap for a base hit. Chugging first to third, no, he's caught up at second. The throw back is just late. Joey Ortiz was there and tried the swipe tag. It was a good pounce in right field by Zach Watson before firing it back to the infield. Tena probably made a divot in the infield dirt when trying to U-turn that. But the single for Rocchio gives him hits in 3 consecutive games. And let's see what Bowie decides to do here. As Brian Lavastida digs in. Here comes Kyle Moore. Oh, goodness. You know, I don't get too invested in things like that. And, of course, the pitcher win is a bit of an arbitrary statistic. But the fact that Hanafi was going to get it, if it weren't for the error, he'd be in line for it. That hurts. It hurts. So Hanafi unable to finish the 5th inning. He came 1 out shy, and a new pitcher will face off against Brian Lavastida with a tying run at the plate. Runners at first and second, and 2 outs. We're back after this. Bowie leads 3-0. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
A birthday bash with the Baysox is the best time at the ballpark. Bring your friends and family out to celebrate and be the star of the show. Dance on the dugout with Louie, play games in the stadium, introduce a batter in the game, and you'll even get to have the stadium sing for you. Baysox birthday parties, an unforgettable, one-of-a-kind experience at Prince George's Stadium. Book yours by calling 301-464-4880 or at baysox.com.
From sprains to stitches, sore throats to stomach aches, and pulled muscles to poison ivy, care is around the corner at Patient First. Walk in to see a doctor from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day of the year. X-rays, lab tests, and prescription drugs are on site, and most major insurance plans are accepted. For routine illnesses and injuries, Patient First is here for you. Patient First, the name fits.
Patient First, proud partner of the Bowie Baysox, open 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day.
Continue on with the bottom of the 5th inning here in Akron as Bowie makes a pitching change while leading 3-0. Runners at first and second, 2 away. Brian Lavastida set to bat. He'll face off against new pitcher Jensen Elliott. Brennan Hanafi is done, and he was 1 out away from potentially winning his first game since August 24th, 2019. Nearly 3 years ago. If it weren't for an error at second base, Hanafi would have finished this 5th inning and been in line for the win. But after the error, a single by Brian Rocchio extended the inning, and now Brian Lavastida. First pitch from Jensen Elliott, misses up and in, and the count starts out at 1-0. So the line on Hanafi is not yet closed. The runners on base do belong to him, but since the inning was extended by an error, they will be unearned if they score. As Elliott looks back, runner at second, the 1-0 is ripped to third and passed for a base hit. This will score at least 1 run as it's picked up in left field. Taino rounds third and scores. Throw goes to third and it's late. Back into second with a double. Brian Lavastida makes it a 3-1 game. 2 pitches in. And Akron is on the board, has tying run in scoring position now. Third double of the season for Lavastida, his 9th RBI. That run charged to Hanafi, but again, it's unearned. 4 2/3 innings for Hanafi, 3 hits. Right now, 1 run unearned. 2 strikeouts, 2 walks. Here's Mike Capri's first pitch. It's called a strike on the bottom edge. It's 0-1. Bowie still leads by 2, but they've been leaving a lot on the table. You don't want it to get out of hand right now. Bowie has already left on 6, and they're just 2 for 10 with runners in scoring position tonight. The 0-1 pitch. Pries swings through a low curveball. It's 0-2. Pries was the villain for Bowie in the last 2 games. Walk-off RBI single on Tuesday. Walk-off 2 RBI single on Wednesday. We're just here in the 5th, so no chance for a walk-off yet as the 0-2 is bounced back to Elliott. A cue shot on 1 hop back to the mound, and Elliott will jog to first, underhand to Welk, and end the inning. An inherited runner does score, and Akron is on the board, but we're on to the 6th. Bowie leads 3-1. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
Sky Shooter Displays by ZY Pyrotechnics will be lighting up the sky with top-of-the-line fireworks shows following Baysox games all season long. We will give you the best bang for your buck. Sky Shooter Displays include traditional shows, true pyro musicals, custom choreographed plays, and much more. The night sky is truly limitless, so don't be shy. Give ZY a try. Find out more by calling us at 570-328-1361 or visit us online, zypyrotechnics.com.
Celebrate the history of our national pastime at the National Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum in Cooperstown. See priceless treasures that will bring your baseball memories to life. Connect with events that have shaped and changed the game and our country. Our stories to tell, your memories to share. Plan your family visit today at baseballhall.org. See you in Cooperstown, where the journey becomes legend.
Pest Now is proud to partner with the Bowie Baysox and provide their pest control services. For all your residential and commercial pest control needs, call Pest Now. For general pest control, termite control, mosquito control, and all other pest control services, call Pest Now. You can reach us at 301-231-8300 or visit us online at www.pestnow.com.
Sixth inning here in Akron as Bowie looks to add some runs on. They led 3-0. It's now 3-1 after the Rubber Ducks brought across an unearned run in the bottom of the 5th. Matt Zabata still with you as Yerson Ramirez will take on his 2nd inning of relief. He loaded the bases with a single, a double, and a walk in the 5th, but stranded them loaded. Bowie is 2 for 10 with runners in scoring position. No, it's no longer Ramirez. It's Manuel Alvarez. Got caught up on the number 46 to 43. Manuel Alvarez will take over to face off against 7, 8, and 9 in the Bowie lineup. Toby Welk will lead off. Ramirez finishes with 1 inning, gave up the 2 hits as mentioned. No runs, 2 strikeouts, 1 walk. And the first pitch to Toby Welk here is a fastball. Misses up and away, and it's 1-0 to start. Welk 0 for 1, walked and scored in the 3rd inning. Walks have been helpful for Bowie today. Of the 3 they've drawn, 2 of those runners have scored. 1-0 pitch to Welk. His muscled foul right side. Count evens at 1. Welk scored in the third inning on a ground out by Connor Norby. Manuel Alvarez, 6'3", 225-pound, 26-year-old right-hander from New York City. Minor league free agent signed in 2017. Fires the 1-1. Curveball moves too far inside on Welk, and the count runs to 2 balls and a strike. Alvarez on the season has made 25 appearances, a 2-3 record, and a 10.16 ERA. That is the highest in the bullpen for Akron. 2-1. Poked foul, right side, just up the line. Count runs even at 2 balls and 2 strikes on Welk. 28 in the third innings for Alvarez. He's allowed 32, well, not allowed. He struck out 32 batters, allowed 26 walks. If I can get the wording out. He's allowed 4 home runs. As the 2-2 comes in, and it's swung on and missed high for strike 3. Alvarez opens his day with a strikeout. 8th overall for Akron pitching. And now on to Cody Roberts. Alvarez is coming off of an inning of 2-run ball against Altoona last week. He actually picked up the win in a previous game in that series with 2 scoreless innings as the first pitch to Roberts misses down and away. It's 1-0. It's a 2-for-2 day for Roberts. Double in the third, RBI single in the fourth. His double helped out. It advanced a runner that eventually scored as the 1-0. Misses inside, hits off of the catcher's mitt, and rolls back to the screen. Counts at 2 balls and no strikes. But Roberts is 3 for his last 5 at the plate. On a 7-game hit streak. As the 2-0 comes in, and it's called a strike on the bottom edge of the zone. Counts at 2-1. And while watching Roberts, I'm reminded of just a brief conversation I had with him back in early June when Bowie was playing in Altoona. Roberts, at the time, was coming back from a brief stint on the taxi squad for Baltimore as the 2-1 pitch misses high. Count goes to 3-1. Baltimore was actually in Boston. A game in that series had been rained out, and they're actually making up that game right now. Baltimore's losing. Boston's getting a couple of hard-hit balls. Xander Bogaerts just picked up an RBI double. I think it's 3-0. But Roberts was on the taxi squad for that game, and I just asked him how it was as the 3-1 is fouled off back to the screen. Count runs full here as Bowie leads 3-1 here in the top of the 6th inning. Base is empty, 1 away. He said he liked it. The first day was fun. You got to see Fenway Park, the innards of the facility, what you don't normally see as a fan, what you see as a player. Very, very interesting. Very historic as the 3-2 comes in, and it's lifted out to right field. Not too deep as John Kenzie Noel is ranging to the warning track on the foul line, and he makes the catch in foul territory up against the wall. So Roberts flies out, and there's 2 gone. And to finish the story quickly, he's just said, I missed playing. It was really cool to be at Fenway and be with the group and see how they conduct themselves in the majors, but I didn't get to play. I wanted to play every day, and now Roberts is playing every day again, and he's playing really well. Here's Zach Watson. First pitch, Watson flinches on a breaking ball down and away. It misses. 1-0 to start. A first pitch ball from Alvarez to all 3 batters so far. We'll see if Alvarez takes any additional innings. 28 and a third, though, in 25 appearances. My money is probably not. The 1-0 misses inside, and it's 2-0. So it's a good idea to bring him in now against the bottom 3 in the lineup for Bowie. While Roberts is hitting well, he's still batting 8th, so just strategically you want to bring in that pitcher for this scenario as Watson smacks one out toward the left center field gap. This one carrying, but not deep enough as Julian Escobado makes the catch in front of the warning track. That left center field alley is one of the deepest in the league. Bowie has not been able to clear it yet this series. They only have 1 home run all series. As they go down in order in the 6th, we go to the bottom of the frame. Bowie leads 3-1. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
A birthday bash with the Baysox is the best time at the ballpark. Bring your friends and family out to celebrate and be the star of the show. Dance on the dugout with Louie, play games in the stadium, introduce a batter in the game, and you'll even get to have the stadium sing for you. Baysox birthday parties, an unforgettable, one-of-a-kind experience at Prince George's Stadium. Book yours by calling 301-464-4880 or at baysox.com.
It takes time to get rich, flavorful coffee beans from the lush mountain regions of Colombia and Brazil to Royal Farms. But less than a minute to get yourself a delicious hot cup of the finest and freshest coffee in the world. Because Royal Farms' new Swiss-made coffee machines grind those rich, flavorful coffee beans and brew them one magnificent cup at a time. It's why Royal Farms makes the freshest and best coffee in the world. Real fresh, real fast. Royal Farms.
Are you interested in beginning or expanding on a career in the pipe fitting, pipe welding, or HVAC service industry? Are you interested in a career path that will set you up for life without experiencing any college debt? If you are interested in these things and you live in the DC area, the Steamfitters UA Local 602 Apprenticeship Program is the best choice for you. For more information about our apprenticeship program and how to apply, please visit steamfitters-602.org. That's steamfitters-602.org.
Bottom of the sixth inning in Akron as Bowie leads 3-1. First pitch from Jensen Elliott to John Kenzie Noel misses down and away. Hard slider, and the count opens up at 1-0. Noel has seen a first pitch ball in all three plate appearances now. He's 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a pop-out. Next pitch from Elliott is grounded high but foul, third base side. Runs the count even at a ball and a strike. As the line on Hanafi is closed, 4 2/3 innings with 3 hits and 1 run unearned, 2 strikeouts, 2 walks. Again, he missed out on his first win since 2019 by 1 out. The 1-1 ripped over to third, taken on one high bounce by Cesar Prieto. Plenty of time to collect himself before firing to first base, 5-3 putout. Bowie has been putting a very hard shift on for John Kenzie Noel, and it has continuously paid off. So he's 0 for 3 on the day. 0 for his last 9 since picking up a 2 RBI single in the first inning of Tuesday's game. Now here's Daniel Schneemann. Righty on lefty as Schneemann is 0 for 1 with a walk. First pitch home, down and away, 1-0. Jensen Elliott, 6'6", 231-pound right-hander, 19th round draft selection in 2019 from Oklahoma State. Holds set behind the right ear and fires the 1-0. It's fouled off. Inside fastball goes to the left side, and the count evens at 1. 21 appearances for Elliott this season, a 5-2 record, a 4.71 ERA. 36 1/3 innings, 23 strikeouts, 9 walks. He's allowed 4 home runs. The 1-1. Breaking ball right back to Elliott. He snares the line drive. Caught him on the wrist at the waist. And Schneemann's out. Boy, Jensen Elliott, there's something about the way he offers that I feel as if he gets the most comebackers on the team. That's the first one that's been a pure line drive, but he's had so many grounders hit back to him. He had one to end the 5th inning as well. That was the first one that's fallen right into his glove, and there's quickly 2 gone here in the 6th. First pitch to Chris Roller, misses down and away, and the count starts out at 1-0. First pitch ball to all 3 batters, however, in this half inning for Elliott. Here's the next offering. Roller watches slider miss. Count to 2 balls and no strikes. Elliott is coming off of a good appearance against Harrisburg. Tossed a scoreless inning with a strikeout. It was a perfect frame as well. The 2-0. In the zone for a called strike. Curved ball on the lower outside corner, 2-1. But prior to that, he gave up a couple of runs in an inning and a third against the Senators as the next pitch is hammered to left. hanging up on a line just enough for Greg Cullen to range over and make the play. 3 up, 3 down inning for Elliott. And we're on to the 7th. Bowie holding on to a 3-1 edge. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
From sprains to stitches, sore throats to stomach aches, and pulled muscles to poison ivy, care is around the corner at Patient First. Walk in to see a doctor from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day of the year. X-rays, lab tests, and prescription drugs are on site, and most major insurance plans are accepted. For routine illnesses and injuries, Patient First is here for you. Patient First, the name fits.
Patient First, proud partner of the Bowie Baysox, open 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day.
When your commercial plumbing project calls for a job done safely and on time, then your job calls for the plumbers of Local 5 Washington, D.C. Local 5 will always deliver the most skilled and well-trained plumbing craftsmen in the DMV. If you're a contractor who needs safe jobs done well, you need the plumbers of Local 5 Washington, D.C. Start your partnership with them today. Visit local5plumbers.org. That's local5plumbers.org.
Well, as the baseball season winds down, that means we've got to get ready for football. Friday, September 9th, it's the Baysox football kickoff night at Prince George's Stadium. Getting ready for the college season and the pro season, the Baysox will be giving away a special Adley Rutschman bobblehead. Remember, Adley played college football before he joined the Orioles. It's a free bobblehead for the first 750 fans ages 13 and up. So be sure to join the Baysox football kickoff night on Friday, September 9th. Get your tickets at baysox.com.
Well, fans, don't forget about the Birdland celebration at Prince George's Stadium on Sunday, August 21st. Bowie's giving away autographed player photos. Mystery players from the 2022 season, a nice glossy for the first 750 fans ages 3 and up. That's Sunday, August 21st, so get your tickets at baysox.com. As we move to the 7th, Bowie holding on to a 3-1 lead. Top of the lineup to face off against Manuel Alvarez. First pitch to Connor Norby is swung on and missed down. It's 0-1 to open. Norby, Prieto, and Ortiz to start. I said Alvarez, I didn't imagine he'd come out for a second inning, but here he is after retiring the side in the 6th. The 0-1, Norby checks his swing and he went around. Home plate umpire calls him on a slider down and away. It's 0-2. Well, the numbers that Alvarez shows off gives you the impression that Bowie should be adding on right now as the 0-2 misses high. Count runs to a ball and 2 strikes, but Bowie hasn't had an answer early. Really, they've not had too many answers for any Akron reliever in this series. As the 1-2 pitch is down and away for a ball. Count runs even at 2 because, of course, yesterday, a combination of 6 consecutive perfect innings from 3 relievers yesterday. And then last night, on Tuesday, Akron relievers only allowed 1 total run as the next pitch is sliced foul right side. Count evens at 2. And that was after Tuesday's starter, Jaime Arias, only finished 2 2/3. So 6 1/3 of 1-run ball. The 2-2 pitch. Fouled off again, back to the screen. Count remains even at 2. So at this point, over the course of the series, Akron relievers have tossed 14 1/3 innings, allowed just 1 run. Another 2-2. Norby watches high. Curveball was hitting chin level, but it found its way to the heart of the plate, but still much too high. Norby was just ducking out of the way of it. Count fills. Pitch home. Norby watches down and away for ball 4. Well, that slider for Alvarez, it really breaks hard. But it moves a lot more. Its movement is a lot longer. It doesn't move as fast on its break. And I feel like that's what separates it a bit from maybe the likes of Shelton Perkins' slider for Bowie. As the Baysox have the leadoff batter on base now for Cesar Prieto, who's 2 for 3 on the day. First pitch, Prieto watches a fastball, called for strike on the outside edge, and he shows a bit of frustration that he didn't go after that pitch. Back-to-back first pitch strikes for Alvarez as he snaps set at the waist, fires the next, and Prieto watches up and away, and a balk. It was a quick pitch by Alvarez. He didn't set properly, and Norby advances to second base on the balk. The pitch was outside. Brian Lavastida looked like he was about to try for the snap throw to first base as well. But all that trickery turned out wrong and gave Norby second base. Now the 0-1 to Prieto is smacked into deep center field. It sends Roller ranging back. This should at least advance the runner as Roller grabs it, fires to third, but it's cut off. It would have gone a little bit wide. A productive out for Cesar Prieto as Norby advances to third base. So now if Bowie can just get it out of the infield, they can get that one run back and move back to a 3-run advantage. As Joey Ortiz steps into the box. He had the double off of first base in the 5th inning, extended his hit streak to 18 consecutive games. Ties Portland's Pedro Castellanos for the longest hit streak in the Eastern League this season. First pitch, Ortiz watches a called strike. Fastball on the outside edge, it's 0-1. The infield plays in. Toes on the grass with Norby a very short lead at third base. Oh, 1. Ortiz watches high. Lavastida had to hop up and spear it out of the air. Count evens at 1. A run scored on a passed ball by Lavastida in the 4th inning. It was his first all season, so I imagine he's on a bit of heightened alert now if really anything even comes above his forehead. The 1-1 to Ortiz. Swing and a miss. Good slider down and away. Runs the count to a ball and 2 strikes now. 3-1 Bowie lead. RBI ground out by Norby in the 3rd inning. RBI single by Cody Roberts in the 4th, and a passed ball to score the other run. Norby at 3rd now with 1 out in the 7th. 1-2. Ortiz smacks it to 3rd, taking on a high bounce, and they're going to get Norby in a rundown. The throw goes home from the catcher, Lavastida. He can't get it to Schneeman, but back to the 3rd baseman, and they tag out Norby. Ortiz moves to second base, as that one should go 5-2-6, or rather 5-2-5. Bowie has had a very tough run when it comes to being aggressive in those scenarios. I've said this series that they do need to be a little bit more aggressive in base running, but those specific scenarios, Bowie has run into a lot of outs. Infield playing in and ground balls with a runner at 3rd. It's happened at least 5 or 6 times now this season, but Ortiz reaches on the fielder's choice. He's at second base for Hudson Haskin with 2 outs. First pitch, Haskin watches it move down and away, bounces off the catcher, and Ortiz will roll to third base. Lavastida slid over to grab it. It's the wild pitch. Basically replaces Ortiz at 3rd, or Norby at 3rd with Ortiz. I mean, that was just a really long, convoluted alternative to Ortiz practically just striking out. He just replaced Norby at 3rd, and it's a 1-0 count on Haskin. Here's the next. Haskin watches a curveball called for strike. Hits the inside edge of the zone, and the count runs even at 1. Infield at a regular depth, however. Middle infield plays pretty wide up the middle for Haskin, who's 1 for 3 with a bunt single. 1-1. And he hits it over the shortstop into left field for a base hit. Ortiz will score an RBI single for Hudson Haskin on a 97-mile-an-hour fastball up and in. Bowie leads 4-1. That was not an easy pitch to hit. Haskin brought the bat up and just served it out to left and gave Bowie that insurance run back. Now Greg Cullen will bat. And the production room has no idea who's batting. They just said that Hudson Haskin is batting. And they still have Hudson Haskin on the video board. This is Greg Cullen batting. First pitch to Cullen is fouled off left side as the count starts out at 0-1. Yeah, they still think Hudson Haskin is batting. Ah, jeez. They called Hudson Haskin Hunter Haskin all last night. Cullen is 0 for 2, drew a walk his last time up, and the next pitch is called a strike on a slightly generous give. 98-mile-an-hour fastball outside. Count to 0-2. Runner at first, 2 away in the top of the 7th. Bowie getting a run across. Pickoff throw back to first is late. Alvarez really plays a little dangerously in trying to be deceptive when it comes to his movements on the mound. He already committed the balk in this half inning. He had barely come set before attempting that pickoff. The 0-2 pitch. Cullen sprays it up the line, third base side foul. Gets out of play to hold the count. The same at 0-2. But Bowie scoring late in this game, I feel like that's very important too. Bowie had not scored scored big late in either of the first 2 games in this series. 0-2 pitch, misses down and away. Count runs to a ball and 2 strikes. Bowie scored late a ton in the Harrisburg series and do need to find the line of realizing that it's partly on Harrisburg's bullpen while still praising the Bowie offense, but you want it to continue into this series as the 1-2 pitch misses high and gets off of the catcher's mitt, bounces off the backstop, but there's no one covering second, so Haskin is able to cruise in easily on the wild pitch. Well, this inning, not just this inning, this game has not been very cleanly caught by Brian Lavastida. It's already been a passed ball. That's at least the second wild pitch. Here's the 2-2. Ripped out toward deep right. John Kenty Noel curling back after hesitating for a quick second. That was a good crack by Cullen, but I think it might have cracked him a little bit. A 98-mile-an-hour fastball inside ends in a fly out to right field. But Bowie gets a run across. 2-out RBI single by Hudson Haskin, and as we stretch here at Canal Park, Bowie leads 4-1. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
Get your gear and memorabilia from your favorite Baysox players and future stars of the Baltimore Orioles at the Tackle Box Team Store. Jerseys, hats, autographed bats and balls, all at great prices. Located right at the main gate at Prince George's Stadium and online at BaysoxShop.com, the Tackle Box is the only place to get the best Baysox gear for you and your favorite fan. It's the Tackle Box at Prince George's Stadium and at BaysoxShop.com.
On the Green Incorporated is your lawn care team, providing professional organic-based lawn care programs for residential and commercial lawns. Our lawn care programs provide ballpark quality results. Each service is custom tailored with guaranteed results for even the toughest lawns. On the Green also offers outdoor pest control services. Mosquitoes, ants, ticks, and more. Safely and effectively control insects and enjoy the outdoors this summer with On the Green Incorporated. Go to onthegreeninc.com.
Baseball is a game of specialists. Base stealers, closers, cleanup hitters. Together, they help their team stand out from the rest. Specialists also help set Chesapeake Employers Insurance apart from other workers' compensation insurance companies. Our health services team includes orthopedic surgeons, nurse case managers, a physical therapist, and more, all to get your employee back to work, contain costs, and keep premiums down. That's teamwork. To learn more, connect with your agent or visit Chesapeake Employers at CEIWC.com.
Bottom of the 7th here in Akron as Bowie ups their lead 4-1. Trying to break out of this brief 2-game skid that features back-to-back walk-off losses. Baysox trying to stay above the Southwest Division as they hold on to a 1-game lead over Erie. The Seawolves currently leading New Hampshire 4-1 in the top of the 6th inning in that game. As the Baysox make a pitching change here, left-hander Jake Prezino will take over to face off against 8, 9, and 1 in the Akron lineup here in the bottom of the 7th. Jensen Elliott is done. Elliott fired 1 1/3 innings, allowed just 1 hit. An RBI double in the 5th inning that allowed an inherited runner to score. But nothing else on his line. No runs, no walks, no strikeouts. As Brzezina takes over, It'll be Delgado, Escobedo, and Tena to bat. First pitch. Delgado watches down and away, and it's 1-0. 0 for 2 day for Delgado. And we were told a little bit earlier today that while he's listed as a switch hitter and has been a switch hitter this season, the 1-0 pitch, it's called a strike on the top half of the zone. It's 1-1. He switched back to batting as a pure lefty. So normally in this scenario, he'd be batting as a right-handed batter, but he's still batting as a lefty. As the 1-1 pitch comes in, and it misses outside, slider runs the count to 2 balls and a strike. He didn't even have that much experience against left-handers this season. He was only 2 for 14 against them with Akron, 3 strikeouts and a walk. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Breaking ball, knuckled foul, rolls up the first base line and runs the count even at 2. Jake Brazina, 6 foot, 190-pound left-hander, 31st round draft selection back in 2019 from Seattle University. Sets on the third base side, holds at the chin, and fires the 2-2. This is low. Count fills on the first batter for Brazina. 8 appearances for Jake Brazina, 2-0 record, a 2.08 ERA in 13 innings. 13 strikeouts, 6 walks. He's allowed 1 home run. And time called just as Brazina had stepped back to start his delivery. Didn't get too far into it. And fortunately, Delgado scurried out of the box to make sure that it was known. No foul all around as the 3-2 was fouled off back to the screen. So there's a foul all around, I suppose. Again, when you're stuck in I have to preface it with every dumb joke I make. Or not preface it, but follow it. That when you're stuck in a broadcast booth for 3 hours a night by yourself, you have to be able to make yourself laugh with dumb jokes. 3-2 pitch is called strike 3. Change up on the top half of the zone, and Brazina starts his relief outing with a punch out. That's just the 3rd overall for Bowie pitching. 2 of them are actually against Reynel Delgado, and both of them looking. He got caught in the 5th inning against Brennan Hanafi. John Kenzie Noel is the other strikeout. He went down swinging back in the 1st. First pitch into Escobedo misses down, and it's 1-0 to start. 0 for 2 day for Julian Escobado. A ground out to short. Flew out to right field, the first pitch he saw in the 5th inning. 1-0, breaking ball. Swung on and missed down and away. A good curve from Brazina, and it's 1-1. Brazina's on a good run right now. His longest scoreless streak of the season. Coming off of 2 scoreless innings against Harrisburg last week. The 1-1, down and away. Count to 2 balls and a strike now. He actually picked up a win in the Harrisburg series as well after tossing 2 quick outs in Tuesday's win. That was the series opener against the Senators. The 2-1 pitch, swing and a miss, another curveball. Seems to be playing well out of the gate for Brazina as it runs the count even at 2. And then he tossed 2 scoreless innings with only 2 hits and a strikeout back on Friday. Here's the 2-2. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Went with the slider. Back-to-back punch-outs for Brazina. And there's 2 away here in the 7th. 4 overall for Baysox pitching, and now back to the top of the lineup with Jose Tena. Oh for 3 day for Tena, but he scored Akron's only run. First pitch. Fastball right down Broadway, 0-1. Tena reached on an error at second base in the 5th. That should have ended the inning. After a single by Brian Rocchio and a double by Brian Lavastida, he was able to come home and score. 0-1. Breaking ball ripped foul. Hit off of the railing of the Baysox dugout, and it's 0-2. Well, Brazina's slider and curveball combo really seem to be on it right now. Imagine he just sticks with it as the 0-2 pitch comes in, and it's the curveball knuckled in on the hands to left field up the line, and it's down for a foul ball. That one looked like it might have gone fair. I can't say for certain, but it looked really close. Greg Cullen was sprinting on it, but it was well out of his reach. Let's see if they put a replay up on the video board for that one at all. because I really feel like that was at least a borderline pitch. But Douglas Odor is coaching third base, and he didn't put up much of a stink. I suppose the fact that they have a wall that juts in to the viewpoint here in both left and right field, that might throw you off a little bit from our perspective. Another 0-2 pitch. Check swing, curveball down, they appeal. He didn't go. Third base umpire making the call. Maverick Hanley was ready to pounce on it and pick it up, fire to first if it went Bowie's way, but instead it just runs the count to a ball and 2 strikes. Here's the next from Prezina. Curveball, a late hack, and a foul. That one probably wouldn't have gone in for a strike, but Tena thought it was something that he had to protect the plate on as it moved up and in. Kind of got off the handle of the bat. As Akron has a right-hander warming in their bullpen to take the 8th. The 1-2 pitch. Swinging a hard hit ball foul. That was a massive blast, but pulled well too far out of play. Seventh pitch of the plate appearance here. On its way. Outside. Runs the count even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Prezina holds set at the waist. Trying to strike out the side here in the 7th. 2-2. Got him! Curveball swung on and missed for strike 3. Prezina strikes out the side in the 7th. Dangerous curveball to tango with. And as we go to the 8th, Bowie leads 4-1. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
Get the best deals at Prince George's Stadium with weekly promotions all season. Tuesdays are Military Appreciation Night. Purchase a box seat at the ticket office with a proof of service, and you'll only pay half price. Bring along your furry friend on Woof Wednesday, and it's the best happy hour around every Thursday from 5 to 6:30. $2 Bud and Bud Light drafts with other beer specials throughout the year, and live music to get your night started. It's always a great time at the ballpark, so get your tickets now at Baysox.com.
At DCA Imaging Systems, we provide a tenured team of office technology professionals ready to be your trusted advisors. From document creation, output devices, scanning and workflow, to document security and storage, we understand people print, not printers. Give DCA Imaging a call, 301-577-1021, or find out more about how we can help you. DCAimaging.com. DCA Imaging Systems, office technology made easy.
If you own or operate a building or facility, or if you're a general contractor that is located or operates in the D.C. area, there is no doubt that it is important for you to have the best trained and most qualified people working for you. Members of Steamfitters UA Local 602 provide the highest level of HVAC, mechanical, and specialty piping services to the various customers we serve. For more information about the services we provide and for a list of companies you can hire, please visit steamfitters-602.org.
Well, fans, On the Green Incorporated is celebrating 25 years of providing custom lawn care and pest control programs. They have guaranteed results for residential and commercial lawns. They're a proud partner of the Baysox. So enjoy the outdoors this summer with On the Green. Go to onthegreeninc.com or call 410-695-0444. 8th inning here in Akron as Bowie leads 4-1. The Rubber Ducks will make another pitching change. Third reliever out of the pen today is Brett Daniels. Right-hander will face off against 6, 7, and 8 in the Bowie lineup, starting with Maverick Hanley. Works on the third base side of the rubber, Daniels. And fires the first pitch in. Hanley bounces it hard to third, taking on a couple of low skips by Daniel Schneeman. A looping toss to first is in time. Nice sidearm whip there from Schneeman, and there's already one gone. As Manuel Alvarez is done, 2 innings for the right-hander. He gave up 1 hit and 1 run. It was earned. Struck out a batter, walked a batter. So just lots of ones there for Alvarez. Pitcher of record is still Thomas Ponticelli, as he's in line for a loss. Winning pitcher is up in the air for Bowie, as Brennan Hanafi did not finish 5 innings. Here's Toby Welk. First pitch to the right-hander. Curveball, a nice one. Finds the zone for a called strike. It's 0-1. Brett Daniels, 6 foot, 208-pound, 26-year-old right-hander from Wilmington, North Carolina. He's a Rule 5 draft selection last winter from the Astros organization. The 0-1 popped him up, left side of the infield. The shortstop, Tana, calls for it and makes the catch at the shoulder. Very low pop, and it's quickly 2 gone. Daniels on the season has made 18 appearances, gone 3-1 with a 3.58 ERA, 27 2/3 innings, 28 strikeouts, 19 walks. He's allowed 3 home runs. Lefties have hammered him this year, a 2.35 whip against left-handed batters. But he's given up all 3 of his home runs to righties. First pitch to Cody Roberts, misses high, skips off of the mid of the catcher. Count opens up at 1-0. It's a 2-for-3 day for Roberts. Double in the third, RBI single in the fourth. He flew out to right field in foul territory his last time up. That was the 6th. Bases empty, 2 outs in the 8th as Bowie leads 4-1. Next pitch. Roberts watches curveball miss down. And it's 2-0 as Bowie has a new arm warming in their bullpen, a right-hander. I think that might be Connor Loprich. As the 2-0 comes in and Roberts swings through a curveball, it's 2-1. Daniels is coming off of a pair of scoreless appearances against Altoona in Akron's most recent road trip. He combined for 2 1/3 scoreless innings, gave up just 1 hit, 2 walks, 3 strikeouts. The 2-1, Roberts sprays it foul right side, count evens at 2. Yeah, that's Loprich tossing, so Jake Prezina will be done after striking out the side in the 7th. Honestly, based on that performance, he might be in line for the win. It's official scorer's discretion at the moment if Bowie holds on. 2-2. Roberts swings and misses on a curveball down and in. Daniels, a perfect 8th inning of relief, ends it with a strikeout. We're on to the bottom of the 8th here in Akron. Bowie leads 4-1. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
Pest Now is proud to partner with the Bowie Baysox and provide their pest control services. For all your residential and commercial pest control needs, call Pest Now. For general pest control, termite control, mosquito control, and all other pest control services, call Pest Now. You can reach us at 301-231-8300 or visit us online at www.pestnow.com.
The best way to take in a Baysox game is with a group outing at Prince George's Stadium. Everything from entertaining clients to birthday parties and even fundraising opportunities for your team, the Baysox offer plenty of options for your group at unbeatable rates with plenty of options on suites, seats, and decks around the ballpark. Your group can eat their fill and have an unforgettable time. Find out more and schedule your group outing by calling 301-464-4880 or going to baysox.com.
From bug bites to burns, fevers to flu, and bruises to broken bones, care is around the corner at Patient First. Walk in to see a doctor from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day of the year. X-rays, lab tests, and prescription drugs are on site, and most major insurance plans are accepted. For routine illnesses and injuries, Patient First is here for you. Patient First, the name fits.
Patient First, proud partner of the Bowie Baysox, open 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day.
Bottom of the 8th inning in Akron as Bowie still leads 4-1. The Baysox had Connor Loprich warming in the bullpen in the last half inning, but maybe he didn't get enough time as Bowie went down very quickly in order against Brett Daniels, and Bowie is leaving Jake Prezina out to start the bottom of the 8th. First pitch in to Brian Rocchio is called a strike. He squared and pulled back on a curveball that hits the outside edge, 0-1. Corner infielders were ready to sprint in. But Rocchio steps out of the box, and now he'll reset now that he falls behind to start. 1 for 3 day for Rocchio as the 0-1 pitch is swung on and missed down. A second straight curveball for Brezina. He used that to great success in the 7th inning, struck out the side. Here's the 0-2. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Changeup down and away, and Brezina racks up 4 straight Ks. He's rolling here into the 8th inning. Now we'll see how long they keep him out. Maybe for Brian Lavastida, the right-hander. Maybe bring out Loprich for the right-hander, but then you've got the left-hander, Mike Caprice, to follow, so you want Brezina against the left. Just leave him out there. He's pitching well. First pitch to Lavastida. Called a strike on a fastball. Dots the upper outside corner. It's 0-1. But Brezina is rocking out of the gate. 24 pitches, 17 of them finding the zone. Here's the next. Breaking ball misses down and in. Count evens at a ball and a strike. But at 25 pitches, 17 strikes, that's a strike rate of nearly 70%. That's way up there. You love to see it. 1-1 pitch. Curveball misses up and away, and the count goes to 2 balls and a strike on Lavastida, who's been the dangerous bat for Akron today. 2 for 3. RBI double in the 5th inning is the only run for Akron, but we still leads 4-1. 2-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. They cannot touch the curveball right now, as that one moved down and inside. Mild shift on for Lavastida, who's been a pretty decent spray hitter this season. 2-2 from Brezina. Down and inside, hits off of Hanley's shin guard and bounces over toward the Akron dugout. But the count runs full. Second full count for Brezina. He froze Reynel Delgado with a slider for a called strike 3 in the 7th on a full count. The payoff. Lifted out toward right center field, fairly deep. Watson running, reading at the warning track and makes the catch. So the first non-strikeout out for Brezina is still an out. So, I mean, that's fine. 5 in a row retired by Brezina, and now Mike Caprice. 1 for 3 day for Prees. He singled to left field in the 1st. Grounded out back to the mound back in the 5th. First pitch home. Breaking ball. Called a strike on the lower outside corner. It's 0-1 to open. Here's the 0-1. Down and away. And it's a ball and a strike. So at this rate, imagine Connor Loprich will take the 9th for Bowie. As the 1-1 comes home, and it's fouled off back to the screen, 1-2. Akron doesn't have anyone warming, so Brett Daniels should take the 9th as well. Loprich is still tossing in the bullpen, but he's spacing out his deliveries, giving himself a little bit more time between each. The 1-2 pitch. Popped up, shallow left field. Ortiz out, Cullen down. Cullen slides, but he trapped the ball. It's off of his glove, rolls down. Ortiz snap throw to second base, and they don't get him. It fell off of Norby's glove. The timing was there, but Norby wasn't able to hold on. That'll go down as a double for Prees. The inning extends for Akron. The first base umpire was charging up the out call. He had cocked back that arm and was ready to ring up Prees, but then he saw the ball rolling away to center field as Norby was not able to hold on to it. A very close play at just about every turn, and it's going to spell the end of the day for Jake Brezina. He says a little parting word. However, nice it may be into his glove before departing. That's unfortunate. Brezina was almost out with 2 perfect innings, But now here's Connor Loprich to try and maybe take a 4-out save for Bowie. We'll be back in a bit. Runner at second, 2 away in the bottom of the 8th. Bowie leads 4-1. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
Hey Baysox fans, On the Green Inc. is a proud sponsor of the Baysox and is celebrating 25 years of providing custom lawn care and pest control programs with guaranteed results for residential and commercial lawns. Mention this ad and receive a discount on your first lawn care or pest control service. Enjoy the outdoors this summer with On the Green Inc. Visit our website at onthegreeninc.com or call 410-695-0444. Let's go Baysox and On the Green Inc., your lawn care team.
The best way to take in a Baysox game is with a group outing at Prince George's Stadium. Everything from entertaining clients to birthday parties and even fundraising opportunities for your team, the Baysox offer plenty of options for your group at unbeatable rates with plenty of options on suites, seats, and decks around the ballpark. Your group can eat their fill and have an unforgettable time. Find out more and schedule your group outing by calling 301-464-4880 or going to Baysox.com.
We continue the bottom of the 8th here in Akron. Jake Brzezina departs after nearly finishing 2 perfect innings. He just missed out on a Texas League double by Micah Prees. Hit it between the shortstop and the left fielder and was barely able to beat out a throw to second base. And it was less on the timing for Prees, more on just the ball being caught. The first base umpire almost ruled him out, but the ball rolled away, and Prees was ruled safe with his second hit of the day. Knocked Brzezina out of the game with 2 outs, and Connor Loprich will take over to face off against Jhonkensy Noel. We wanted the righty-righty matchup as Loprich holds set at the chest and fires the first. Noel watches the slider. Called for strike on the bottom edge, it's 0-1. 0 for 3 day for Noel. Grounded out to third his last time up. Brzezina's line is not closed. An inning in 2/3 with 1 hit. So far, no runs, 4 strikeouts, no walks. The 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Slider down and away. Noel charged on that one and couldn't come up with it. It's 0-2. Connor Loprich, 6'3", 215-pound right-hander. Traded over from Pittsburgh back in 2020. Comes set at the chest. Looks back at second and fires the 0-2. Swinging a hard hit ball to left field. Cullen sprinting on it, but it's over his head. This will score a run, make it 4-2. As Prees is down, Noel replaces him at second base. An RBI double. And Akron is back within 2 runs. That run charged Brzezina. It ends his day. That's the second time tonight that Akron has pounced on a pitcher out of the pen with an RBI double. Brian Lavastida did it to Jensen Elliott in the 5th inning. And now Jhonkensy Noel here in the 8th. Tying run at the plate in Daniel Schneemann. Still very little breathing room right now for Bowie. They need to be on their toes. First pitch. Misses down. And the count starts out at 1-0. Schneemann is 0 for 2 on the day. Walked in the 4th. Lined out to the pitcher in the 6th. Loprich ready. Middle of the rubber. Fires the 1-0. It's up and away. Back pick to second is very late. You could see Hanley charging that throw as he was ready for the pitch out. Noel was able to sprint back as the count goes to 2-0. Loprich on the season, 22 appearances, a 1-1 record, a 4.95 ERA, 56 1/3 innings, 54 strikeouts, 23 walks. He's allowed 10 home runs. 2-0. Up and away, 3-0. Loprich did see a lengthy scoreless streak come to an end last week when he tossed 2 innings and gave up a run to Harrisburg. It was a first pitch home run to Andrew Young in the 6th inning as the 3-0 is called a strike. Inside edge, it's 3-1. That was the only run on Sunday in the 18-1 clobbering by Bowie. It was the 10th home run Loprich had allowed, most in the bullpen. 3-1 pitch. Called a strike at the letters. Schneemann was winding to toss the bat back to the dugout and head to first base, but it runs the count full. Runner at second, 2 away in the bottom of the 8th. Akron with a run across, but Bowie still ahead 4-2, and time is called by Maverick Hanley behind home plate. Short lead off of second for Noel. Lopritch is ready. The 3-2 pitch. In there for strike 3. A fastball punched on the lower outside corner, freezes Schneemann and ends the inning. Lopritch does allow the inherited runner to score, but as we go to the 9th, Bowie holds on to another 2-run lead. They look for some insurance next. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
The Baysox are calling all deadheads to make their way out to Prince George's Stadium on Friday, August 26th for Grateful Dead Night. With special themes and music all night throughout the game, it'll culminate in a Grateful Dead-themed fireworks show to cap the evening. Fans who purchase a special package ticket will receive a limited edition Baysox Grateful Dead t-shirt collaboration and a ticket to the game, so be sure to get there Friday, August 26th. It's Grateful Dead Night at the ballpark. Find out more at baysox.com.
Celebrate the history of our national pastime at the National Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum in Cooperstown. See priceless treasures that will bring your baseball memories to life. Connect with events that have shaped and changed the game and our country. Our stories to tell, your memories to share. Plan your family visit today at baseballhall.org. See you in Cooperstown, where the journey becomes legend.
Baseball is a game of specialists. Base stealers, closers, cleanup hitters. Together, they help their team stand out from the rest. Specialists also help set Chesapeake Employers Insurance apart from other workers' compensation insurance companies. Our health services team includes orthopedic surgeons, nurse case managers, a physical therapist, and more, all to get your employee back to work, contain costs, and keep premiums down. That's teamwork. To learn more, connect with your agent or visit Chesapeake Employers at CEIWC.com.
On to the 9th inning here in Akron as Bowie still leads 4-2. They'll hope for some insurance with the 9-1-2 batters coming up. Zach Watson to lead off. First pitch just misses high. Fastball starts the count out at 1-0. As Brett Daniels continues for the Ducks, he retired the side on 8 pitches in the 8th. Struck out the last batter. As the 1-0 pitch is popped up. Foul ground, third base side. Third baseman Schneemann on the warning track, but he watches it tail over the netting. Get out of play. Count evens at a ball and a strike on Watson, who's 0 for 3 on the day. Flew out to left field his last time up. Connor Norby waits on deck. Cesar Prieto will follow. As the 1-1 comes in. This is high. Fastball runs the count to 2 balls and a strike on Watson. Well, the Baysox have only gotten 1 base runner in the 9th inning in this series. It was a 1-out single by Colton Cowser on Tuesday. He was left at first base. The 2-1 pitch. This is high. Hitter's count now for Zach Watson. Bowie didn't even get a base runner in the 9th inning on Sunday. Position player Dondre Hubbard retired the side on just 6 pitches. 3-1, swing and a miss. Slider outside, and it fills on Watson. Bowie has actually not scored a run in the 9th inning since Wednesday against Harrisburg, so just over a week ago when they plated 4 on just 1 hit. It was a funky game, the 14-3 win. Payoff pitch to Watson. Popped foul behind home plate. That one gets out of the ballpark, and the count remains full. As Bowie leads 4-2. 7 hits for the Baysox, 6 for Akron. 1 error for Bowie. It was on Connor Norby back in the 5th inning. Daniels holds. Another payoff pitch is swung on and missed for strike 3. Slider down and away. Second strikeout for Daniels. He's retired all 4 batters he's faced. Akron has 10 strikeouts as a staff. Back to the top of the lineup for Norby, who was 0 for 3 on the day. Drew a walk in the 7th inning and was tagged out on a rundown when he got to third base and tried to score on a ground ball. First pitch from Daniels. Misses high, a curveball. It's 1-0. Daniels is one of those pitchers that uses just about every second on that pitch clock as he's allotted. He'll hold set for a little bit before firing the 1-0. It's grounded to third but foul. Backhanded in foul territory by Schneemann as it runs the count even at 1. Base is empty, 1 out here in the 9th. As the 1-1 comes in, popped up, foul ground right side. Onto the warning track, Delgado reaches over the netting, but I think that fell into the Baysox dugout out of play as it runs the count to a ball and 2 strikes. You know, I've been not the most tuned in for the pitch clock this season. And I've said in the past it's partly because I wasn't here when it was first introduced, so I didn't really pay too much attention to it then. And when I got to AA, it was already an afterthought as the 1-2 misses up and away. Count goes even at 2. Because last season, the pitch clock really wasn't enforced, and pitchers knew how to work around it. But now it should be more heavily enforced, and it has been. As the 2-2 comes in, and Norby bounces it foul third base side, count remains. But I will say, Daniels has committed a couple of violations in this game, and they've not been called. If the clock strikes 0, and the pitcher hasn't started his delivery, well, that's a violation. 2-2. Lifted in the air to right field. Shallow. Sprinting, it's the second baseman, but now Noel. Right fielder into foul territory makes the catch. 7 in a row retired by Akron pitching, as Norby is set to finish his day 0 for 4 with an RBI at least. And now here's Cesar Prieto on a 2 for 4 day. Mild shift on for the lefty Prieto. He flew out to center field his last time up. First pitch in from Daniels. Misses up and away, and the count starts out at 1-0. Looks to be Connor Lopridge will take the 9th for Bowie. As he tries to log the save, it would be his 4th of the season. And Bowie tries to avoid being walked off in 3 consecutive games for the 2nd time this year. The 1-0. Curveball called a strike. It's the top half of the zone. Frustrates Prieto and sends the count even at 1. We can talk a little bit more in the bottom of the 9th, but Lopridge should face off against the bottom 3 in the Akron lineup. Here's the 1-1. Prieto pulls back on a breaking ball up and away as the count goes to 2 balls and a strike. When you talk about the fight in Bowie, how about the fight in Baltimore again? Falling behind 3-0 to Boston. They've worked into a 3-3 tie in the 6th inning. 2-1 pitch. Prieto swings through it, and oh, did he hurt himself? High changeup that he went down on, and he holds on to his lower back. Looked like he grimaced in pain after he went through on that pitch. I think it's more of a bruised ego than it is anything else, but Prieto definitely swung a little harder than he's going to be too comfortable with at the end of the day. Runs the count even at 2. Maybe some ice after this plate appearance. Next pitch, misses high, and the count fills. Well, maybe not after this plate appearance. He has to go to second base, or to third base, rather. But after the game, absolutely. Daniels looks to retire the side for the second consecutive inning. Three-two pitch. Prieto lifts it out to shallow right. Rocchio ranging back. The second baseman waves the arms to create the space and makes the catch at the forehead. The inning is over. Bowie goes down 7 in a row, but they still have an opportunity to pick up the win, trying to avoid being walked off for the third consecutive night. They lead 4-2 into the bottom of the ninth. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
Sky Shooter Displays by ZY Pyrotechnics will be lighting up the sky with top-of-the-line fireworks shows following Baysox games all season long. We will give you the best bang for your buck. Sky Shooter Displays include traditional shows, true pyro musicals, custom choreographed plays, and much more. The night sky is truly limitless, so don't be shy. Give ZY a try. Find out more by calling us at 570-328-1361 or visit us online, zypyrotechnics.com.
Get the best deals at Prince George's Stadium with weekly promotions all season. Tuesdays are Military Appreciation Night. Purchase a box seat at the ticket office with a proof of service and you'll only pay half price. Bring along your furry friend on Woof Wednesday, and it's the best happy hour around every Thursday from 5 to 6:30. $2 Bud and Bud Light drafts with other beer specials throughout the year, and live music to get your night started. It's always a great time at the ballpark, so get your tickets now at Baysox.com.
Most people don't know what a steam fitter is. More importantly, what we do and how much it impacts you. Just take a moment to think about what your world would look like if you didn't have the ability to generate electricity, to have heating or air conditioning, microchip production, internet service, web-based storage, cellular service, and frozen or refrigerated produce. Could you imagine? And these are just some of the things that we impact. Please visit steamfitters-602.org and let's talk about how we can bring value to you.
Well, it's so nice to welcome you back into Canal Park this evening as we move to the bottom of the ninth. Bowie leading 4-2 in the first pitch to Chris Roller is swung on and missed, down and away. It's 0-1. As Connor Loprich continues on the mound, trying to log his fourth save of the season. He's 3 for 3 in opportunities, as the next is fouled off right side. A little pop out of play, and it's 0-2. Defensive changes for Bowie in this half inning. Colton Kauser is now in center field. Hudson Haskin is in left, and Greg Cullen is out of the game. 0-2. Misses high. Fastball to Roller, and the count to 1-2. It'll be Chris Roller, Reynel Delgado, and Julian Escobado set to bat in this half inning. As the 1-2 pitch is popped up foul right side. This one will hook out of play. Count remains. Roller is 0 for 2 on the day. He drew a 4-pitch walk in the second inning, moved to second base on a wild pitch, and was left there. Another 1-2. Popped him up again, foul, right side. This one could be playable for Toby Welk, but it won't be. Just about 5 rows deep. Welk followed it all the way up against the warning track. But the count stays at a ball and 2 strikes. That was the 5th pitch of the plate appearance. Loprich still a chance for an early K. The 1-2 offering. Swinging a bouncing ball, high Baltimore chop. It's going to be an infield single to short. Barehanded by Ortiz, and he throws to first. Just late, nearly wild. Toby Welk had to dive to make sure it stayed in front of him. Ortiz gave it a good try, but that one was well too short of a ground ball to make a clean play on. The leadoff batter is aboard in Chris Roller, and now Reynel Delgado. We're talking about tying run. Bowie has been walked off in consecutive games already in this series. They've been walked off in 3 consecutive games already once this season. Bowie has suffered 10 walk-off losses this year. First pitch, swing and a miss, maybe a piece. Got a little nick on it. Hits off of the catcher and rolls away. It's 0-1 on Delgado, who's 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts. Bowie's 10 walk-off losses this season are the most in the Eastern League. They are the second most in all of minor league baseball. As the 0-1 comes in, misses up and away. 1-1 on Delgado. Bowie lost three consecutive games in walk-off to Reading back in May, including both ends of a doubleheader. As the 1-1 comes in, misses wide, and it's 2 balls and a strike. And then Bowie lost back-to-back games in walk-off fashion in Harrisburg back in early June. Both of them were extra inning losses. The 2-1 pitch. Check swing, it's up and away. 3-1. The only other team in minor league baseball with more walk-off losses than Bowie is the Minnesota Twins AAA affiliate, the St. Paul Saints in the International League. They've been walked off 11 times. The 3-1. Down and in for ball 4. Lopritch walks his first batter. It's the 3rd overall for Bowie pitching. And it puts tying run on base with no one out for Julian Escobado. Escobado is 0 for 3 on the day. And Josh Conway is slowly climbing the steps. Here he comes. Last night, Hector Perez came in the 9th inning when Bowie was leading 2-1. Perez walked the first batter he saw on 5 pitches, hit the second batter he saw on 2 pitches, hit the third batter on the first pitch to load the bases with no one out, and then gave up the walk-off single to Mike Capriz that drove in 2 runs. Bowie lost 3-2. And Josh Conway was saying he was second-guessing a little bit. There's never a lot of benefit in second-guessing decisions, but he was second-guessing a little bit on saying, well, maybe I should have gone out and talked with him after the first hit by pitch. But for Perez, it's a different situation. He's got big league experience. He's well acclimated to this level of play. He just didn't have it yesterday. Talking with him might not have even done anything. But he talks with Lopritch here, and now Julian Escobado. Tying run at first base. First pitch. He squares, bunts it foul. Breaking ball down as the ball trickled to the left side. It's 0-1. Cesar Prieto at third base, playing deep in on the grass and up against the foul line. As the left-hander Escobedo is 0 for 3 on the day. First and second, no one out. The 0-1 pitch, no square, and it's popped up foul, third base side. This one will sail out. Prieto ran it down the entire way, even though it was about 5 rows deep. Count goes to 0-2. Big opportunity here for Lopritch to log the strikeout. He gave up the RBI double to John Kenzie Noel to allow an inherited runner to score as he started his relief appearance, but then struck out Daniel Schneemann looking. That ended the 8th. The 0-2. Check swing, pitch in the dirt. They ask for an appeal, but it goes Escobedo's way. That's the right call. Count to a ball and 2 strikes. Inning started with a Baltimore chop infield single for Chris Roller. Reynel Delgado walked on 5 pitches as Bowie leads 4-2 in the bottom of the 9th. The 1-2 pitch. Swinging a ripped ball right side foul. Turned on it too hard, a curveball down. But Escobedo did make some loud contact there. You would need a gap hit to potentially tie this game up. But a base hit would put the tying run in scoring position at minimum. The 1-2, down and away, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Again, Lopritch has not blown a save yet this season for Bowie. But Baysox relievers have blown saves in back-to-back games into tonight. The 2-2. Bouncing ball over Lopritch, picked by Ortiz at short. He steps on second for 1. Back to first in time. Ortiz had to turn on a dime. He had crossed second base to pick up the ball, instantly turned around to hit the bag 6 unassisted, and fired to first to retire Escobedo. That's only the second double play that Escobado has hit into all season in 89 games. Roller advances to second base, but now with 2 outs, it goes back to the top of the lineup for Jose Tena. Now it's only a tying run at the plate. The first pitch to Tena. Left-hander watches a called strike on the lower inside corner. It's 0-1. 0 for 4 day for Tena. He reached on an error in the 5th and scored. As Bowie leads 4-2 with runner at third and 2 away in the bottom of the 9th. Loprich trying to end it. The 0-1. Outside, a fastball. It's a ball and a strike now. Tena has been a late hitter this season, a clutch hitter late in games. It's 309 after the 7th inning this year, compared to just 264 overall. 1-1. Outside, and it's 2 balls and a strike. Bowie doesn't have too many of those batters on their roster this year. Cody Roberts is really the only candidate that hits better after the 6th inning. Akron's had some clutch games. The 2-1. Outside, 3 balls and a strike. Brian Rocchio is on deck. The switch hitter had a single in the 5th. He struck out against Jake Brazina in the 8th. 3-1 for Tena. Pitch from Loprich. Swing and a miss. Curve ball down, and the count runs full. Runner at third with 2 away here in the bottom of the 9th inning. Bowie leading 4-2. With a full count here on Tena, Loprich sets at the chest. The pitch home. Swinging a ripped ball foul. First base side. Hooked it a little bit too much. Toby Welk had a good read on it, and he almost had a play in foul territory. But the count stays full, and Loprich will try again. The 7th pitch of the plate appearance. He sets. Another 3-2. Swinging a piece. In on the hands and back to the screen. Fastball on the upper inside corner, and Tena stays alive to see an 8th. That fastball for Loprich has shined for him lately. He's been making some strides with a cutter as well. It's helped him pitch so well since the start of June. Another payoff pitch. Fouled off. Line drive left side, and the count remains. Well, a thrilling battle here in the bottom of the 9th inning. The tying run at the plate. Bowie ahead by 2 with a full count and 2 outs. Loprich sets. Another payoff pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 3. The Bowie Baysox are winners once again as Connor Loprich serves a curveball down and away for his 4th save of the season. Bowie takes down Akron tonight 4-2. A tense win if there ever was one after the last 2 nights of Baysox baseball. Bowie just so glad to wrap it up tonight. We've got plenty to come on Baysox postgame. We'll recap this one and look around the rest of the Eastern League, see how Bowie fares in the standings when it's all said and done. We're back after this. Bowie takes down Akron 4-2. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
At Luminous Health, we want you to feel your best. This summer, take the time to catch up on your annual health screenings. Visit us at our Anne Arundel Medical Center, Doctors Community Medical Center, or one of our primary care offices in your neighborhood. At Luminous Health, you are the MVP. Learn more at luminoushealth.org.
It takes time to get rich, flavorful coffee beans from the lush mountain regions of Colombia and Brazil to Royal Farms. But less than a minute to get yourself a delicious hot cup of the finest and freshest coffee in the world. Because Royal Farms' new Swiss-made coffee machines grind those rich, flavorful coffee beans and brew them one magnificent cup at a time. It's why Royal Farms makes the freshest and best coffee in the world. Real fresh, real fast. Royal Farms.
At DCA Imaging Systems, we provide a tenured team of office technology professionals ready to be your trusted advisors. From document creation, output devices, scanning and workflow, to document security and storage, we understand people print. not printers. Give DCA Imaging a call, 301-577-1021, or find out more about how we can help you. DCAimaging.com. DCA Imaging Systems, office technology made easy.
Fielder's Choice Flex Packs with the Bowie Baysox. The best value to see the best games at Prince George's Stadium. You could save up to 30% on your selected seat from day one and enjoy a number of exclusive member benefits, including flexible exchange options, discounts on suite rentals, special access to the Diamond View restaurant, and a free members collectible at your first home game of the year. Get your pack now by calling 301-464-4865 or heading online to baysox.com.
It's now time for the Bowie Baysox post-game show. Let's head back to the ballpark with Matt Savanas.
Well, I'm not going to lie to you. I got a little scared in that bottom of the ninth inning after Akron put the first two runners on base, a tying run on base. But fortunately, that infield defense for Bowie that's been rock solid all season, they held strong and helped Connor Loperich out for the save. Bowie breaks out of the brief two-game skid to pick up a win over Akron tonight, 4-2 the final. As we get rolling here with Baysox postgame from Canal Park in Akron, we've got plenty to discuss. We'll talk about this game in depth, get you some of the highlights you might have missed, and then look around the Eastern League, see how this win will help Bowie in the Southwest Division standings, and then, of course, check in on the Orioles organization as well. And we'll wrap things up and get you set up for tomorrow. But first, we do have to recap. That's obviously the important part. So we go back in time, all the way back to the faraway land of 6:37 p.m. when first pitch came home from Thomas Ponticelli to Connor Norby. It was a swinging strike, and Norby eventually struck out. Ponticelli retired the side on 15 pitches. In the bottom of the first, Brennan Hanafi had a scoreless inning with 16 pitches, but he did allow a couple of base hits, had to work around them with 2 outs, but kept them from scoring. It was fine. In the top of the second, though, Bowie went down in order again against Ponticelli. 25 pitches through 2 perfect. In the bottom of the second, though, Hanafi was still pretty clean. Walked a batter on 4 pitches, but only 10 pitches for a scoreless second. In the third, it's still a 0-0 game, and Toby Welk finally broke a long streak for Bowie. The Baysox had gone down 25 in a row. 25 consecutive batters retired from the end of last night's game through the start of this game before Toby Welk drew a walk to open the third inning. Cody Roberts moved him to third with a double, and that was more than enough for Connor Norby to get Bowie on the board. Norby struck out swinging back in the first inning. First pitch. Swinging a bouncing ball to short. This should score the run as it's scooped by Tena, and he can only go to first with it. Welk scores, and Bowie snags the 1-0 lead. So Bowie up 1-0 thanks to the RBI ground out by Connor Norby, but Bowie couldn't get anything else from that. After Cesar Prieto singled, Cody Roberts moved to third but was left stranded there. In the bottom of the third, Hanafi was as efficient as ever, 3 up, 3 down on just 8 pitches. And in the top of the fourth, Bowie got going again. Hudson Haskin laid down a bunt single and stole second base. He moved to third on a ground out by Toby Welk, but with 2 outs, Bowie was up against the wall slightly. Cody Roberts, though, he had a 2-out, 2 RBI single last night. He wasn't going to be missed out on again. Here's the 1-1. Bounced over toward third and past the diving glove of Daniel Schneemann. Sneaks into left field. Stop sign goes up for Cullen, but Welk scores, and Bowie has the 2-0 edge. So 2-0 Bowie after 3.5 innings, and Brennan Hanafi made it 2-0 after 4, thanks to a scoreless bottom of the fourth. In the fifth, Bowie facing off against the new pitcher, Yerson Ramirez, loaded the bases with 2 outs, but came up empty. After a couple of base hits and a walk, 2 strikeouts by Ramirez left them loaded before we moved to the bottom of the frame when Brennan Hanafi came out to try and get in line for the win. If he was able to finish the 5th inning, Hanafi would have been eligible for his first win since August 24th, 2019. Unfortunately, though, it just didn't come to pass. After 2 quick outs, Hanafi was about to get a ground out from Jose Tena, but a misplayed ball at second base allowed Tena to reach and extended the inning on what should have been the 3rd out. Brian Rocchio followed with a single, and Hanafi had to be lifted with runners at first and second. Jensen Elliott came on, and the second pitch he threw to Brian Lavastida turned out to be a good start for Akron. As Elliott looks back, runner at second, the 1-0 is ripped to third and passed for a base hit. This will score at least 1 run as it's picked up in left field. Tena rounds third and scores. Throw goes to third, and it's late. Back into second with a double. Brian Lavastida makes it a 3-1 game. Completely missed Bowie scoring the run on the pass ball back in the fourth inning as well. Maverick Hanley scampered home to score on a pass ball in the fourth inning. So it was 3-0 Bowie before it became 3-1 on that base hit by Lavastida. But we're still caught up. We're fine. As the game moved into the sixth inning, Yerson Ramirez handed things off to Manuel Alvarez, and Alvarez retired the side in order. In the bottom of the sixth, it was still Jensen Elliott, and he set down the side quietly, including a line out back to the mound. And in the seventh, Bowie finally got working again against Alvarez. Connor Norby led off with a walk. Cesar Prieto flew out to center field, but Norby moved to second on a balk and then to third on a wild pitch. However, Joey Ortiz grounded into a fielder's choice, and Norby was thrown out trying to score on the ground ball, made it runner at second with 2 outs. Ortiz went to second base on the rundown at third. But a wild pitch pushed Ortiz to third, so he practically replaced Norby at third base, but there were still 2 outs. Hudson Haskin made sure, though, to give Bowie the insurance. Infield at a regular depth, however. Middle infield plays pretty wide up the middle for Haskin, who's 1 for 3 with a bunt single. 1-1. And he hits it over the shortstop into left field for a base hit. Ortiz will score an RBI single for Hudson Haskin on a 97-mile-an-hour fastball up and in. Bowie leads 4-1. That was a big hit for Bowie. That was a 3-run lead once again. And as the game moved into the bottom of the seventh, things were handed off to Jake Brzezina. And boy, Brzezina rocked out of the gate. Struck out the side in the seventh. And in the eighth, Bowie, their offense started to shut down again as Brett Daniels retired the side in order in the eighth and ninth. In the bottom of the eighth, Akron got a 2-out double for Micah Prees against Brzezina, and that forced Connor Loprich to come out of the bullpen. First batter he faced was John Kenzie Noel, and just like Brian Lavastida did, back in the fifth inning, Noel, against a new pitcher, picked up an RBI double. Looks back at second and fires the 0-2. Swinging a hard hit ball to left field. Cullen sprinting on it, but it's over his head. This will score a run, make it 4-2. As Prees is down, Noel replaces him at second base. An RBI double. And Akron is back within 2 runs. So it was a bit dicey as a tying run came to the plate with a runner in scoring position, but Loprich was able to strike out Daniel Schneemann looking. And in the bottom of the ninth, it was on to Loprich to try and earn the save, but things weren't clean out of the gate. A high-chopping infield single for Chris Roller. Not a hard-hit ball by any means, but it was just to the right spot for Roller to reach first base. Reynel Delgado walked on 5 pitches, and that put the tying run at first base, the winning run at the plate. But Julian Escobado hit into a double play, only the second double play that he's hit into all season, and he spent all year with the Rubber Ducks. There was 2 quick outs, and it gave Connor Loprich a little bit more breathing room. As Jose Tena stepped to the plate, while Loprich did fall behind at first, he worked back and got Tena. Another payoff pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 3. The Bowie Baysox are winners once again as Connor Loprich serves a curveball down and away for his 4th save of the season. Bowie takes down Akron tonight 4-2. Your final box score. Bowie scores 4 runs on 7 hits with 1 error. They left on 7. Akron scores 2 runs on 7 hits with no errors. They left on 8. Jensen Elliott is the winning pitcher. He moves to 6-2 on the season as Thomas Ponticelli takes the loss. He falls to 2-3. Connor Loprich earns the save. It's his 4th of the year. And the game was played in 2 hours and 43 minutes in front of a paid attendance at Canal Park of 3,988. With the win, Bowie moves back to 500 on the season at 52-52. 1-game winning streak for the Baysox as they're now 24-30 on the road. With the loss, Akron falls to 57-46 on the year. Their 5-game winning streak is broken as Akron is now 31-23 at home. And in the second half, Bowie moves to 25-10. Akron falls to 17-17. 2 sides meet again tomorrow for Game 4 in this series, and we'll preview that in a little bit. But for now, we break. When we return, we check in on the rest of the Eastern League, do some scoreboard watching, and see how Bowie fares in the Southwest Division standings at the end of the day. We're back after this. Bowie takes down Akron today, 4-2. You're listening to Baysox Postgame.
Everyone deserves a great smile, and Rad Orthodontics is here to help you, Bowie Baysox fans. Rad Orthodontics accepts most insurance, and whether it's braces or Invisalign aligners, anyone can get the smile they've always wanted with our flexible payment options. With 2 of the country's leading orthodontists right here in the D.C. area, we love to see Baysox fans smile with confidence. So get that amazing smile you deserve. Visit radsmile.com today and book your free consult. That's radsmile.com for Rad Orthodontics, official smile provider of the Bowie Baysox.
There's plenty going on at the ballpark on Saturday, August 27th. Bowie will be hosting a special tribute to Negro League Baseball, as well as an exhibit presented by the Josh Gibson Foundation with special artifacts from the Hall of Famer's career, as well as the Baysox huge Touch a Truck event featuring dozens of construction, excavation, emergency vehicles, and trucks for all fans to enjoy and interact with exhibits as well. It begins at 4:30 and is going to run till 6:30 ahead of the 6:35 game. It's all presented by Miss Utility and comes your way on a busy Saturday, August 27th, so get your tickets at Baysox.com.
From sprains to stitches, sore throats to stomach aches, and pulled muscles to poison ivy, care is around the corner at Patient First. Walk in to see a doctor from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day of the year. X-rays, lab tests, and prescription drugs are on site, and most major insurance plans are accepted. For routine illnesses and injuries, Patient First is here for you. Patient First, the name fits.
Patient First, proud partner of the Bowie Baysox, open 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day.
Back to Akron one final time this evening for Baysox postgame as Bowie takes down the Rubber Ducks 4-2. Matt Sabatis with you from Canal Park as we get ready to wrap things up tonight. Taking a look around the scoreboards in the Eastern League as Bowie will stay atop the Southwest Division, of course, but they came into today only one game ahead of the Erie Seawolves, who are 23-11, and it looks like things might stay the same as Erie is holding on to a 5-1 edge into the bottom of the ninth over New Hampshire out at Delta Dental Stadium. So if Erie picks up that win, Bowie would still only be one game ahead. One other game in action, Altoona breaking a 6-6 tie in the top of the ninth inning. They lead 8-6 over Binghamton and threatening to add on more as they have the bases loaded with only one out. So Altoona might pick up their third consecutive win in that one. And then there were a trio of day games in the Eastern League as well. Hartford took down Somerset 4-2 with a late break ahead. Reading gave another loss to Harrisburg 3-1. The Fightins win that one. And then Portland, a late outburst after trailing 5-1 in the bottom of the eighth. They scored 5 times to win 6-5. Around the Orioles organization, there is one other game still in action. The rest of the squad has gone final, as Norfolk gave up a 4-run sixth inning to Rochester today to lose 5-4. Jordan Westberg picked up his 9th home run with the Tides, however. Delmarva had to play a pseudo doubleheader. They completed a suspended game from last night and eventually lost 4-0 on just 5 hits in the suspended game. And then game 2 was only 7 innings, but Delmarva made up for the offense. 3 runs in the 3rd inning and 2 more in the 6th to break a 4-4 tie and win 6-4. Only other game in action in the organization is Aberdeen. They lead Hudson Valley, that's the Yankees affiliate, 4-3 halfway through the 8th inning over in New York. Of course, the score we care about most on this production is that of Bowie's, and it was another fun one as Bowie takes down the Rubber Ducks tonight 4-2. Two sides are back at it again tomorrow for Game 4 in this series as Bowie looks to even the series up. Justin Armbruster will get the start for the Baysox, a 2-0 record, a 3.89 ERA. Tanner Burns, another right-hander, will start for Akron, a 2-3 record, a 3.36 ERA. It'll be a 7:05 first pitch tomorrow, which means a DCA Imaging Systems pregame show of 6:45. For now, though, we say so long. Matt Sabatis with you from Canal Park saying thank you so much for stopping by this evening. I hope you had fun. I did, as Bowie picks up a 4-2 win over Akron tonight. We'll talk to you tomorrow.
Thanks for listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. We hope you enjoyed today's game and join us next time for another exciting broadcast coming up soon. This has been a presentation of the Bowie Baysox.